Xinxia Empire, Jiangning Province, Shihai City. On the playground of Shihai No. 1 Middle School, several professionals were arranging the Dharma formation. Shihai No. 1 Middle School, more than 100 senior students, today unified job transfer. More than 100 senior students sat on their backs listening to Principal Lu Yun's speech. Students, after 3 years of study, you have all learned and mastered the theoretical knowledge of professionals. Today will be the day you change jobs and the day that will determine your future life. I won't talk much nonsense here. I hope you can all reach the height of Su Qianqing and become the pillars of our Terran race. Su Qianqing in Lu Yun's mouth was also a student of the first middle school, turned into a divine mage, and is now a big man of up to level 80. Lu Yun often uses his deeds to teach students. Lin Moyu looked at the transfer formation that was about to be completed on the playground, his eyes were slightly heavy, and he was slightly expectant. I have been in this world for a few years and already know what kind of world it is. The world is combined with games, and people change careers in their junior year of high school. Gain experience by clearing quests, raiding secret realms, joining battlefields, or killing monsters in the wild. Gain experience, level up, become proficient, and increase your strength. Fight all kinds of demonic monsters and create a living space for the Terrans. Countless Terran ancestors shed their blood and sacrificed their lives to have their current lives. The success rate of job changes has long reached 100%, but it is just a matter of career quality or badness. The most popular is naturally the main battle occupation, followed by auxiliary occupation, and the second is the life occupation. But this is only a general classification. Although the main battle class is good, it does not mean that the auxiliary class and life class are bad. Powerful auxiliary classes are also fragrant. Whether it is a quest, a secret realm, or a frontline battlefield, auxiliary classes are indispensable. Even in some places, it is better to have one less output than to lack an auxiliary. The same is true of life occupations, and those who have once produced god-level life professions are also very powerful. In Lin Moyu's understanding, the profession is not powerful, and the main thing is to look at people. There is the main battle of garbage, and there is also a god-level auxiliary. With a ray of light rising into the sky, the transformation law formation had been set up. Lu Yun waved his big hand, "Follow me, go." He took more than 100 of his senior year to the playground. Lin Moyu followed the team, thinking in his heart that he didn't know what kind of profession he would change to. What will be changed to, no one can say. Some people usually perform averagely, and as a result, they change to a powerful main combat profession. Some people usually perform well, but they only end up in life occupations. Although he and Xia Shui are known as the two geniuses of the first middle school, what he can really change into will only be known if he enters the law formation. The shoulder was patted, and Gao Yang came over with a smiling face. "What do you want to change jobs into?" Lin Moyu looked at him, shook his head, and did not answer. Gao Yang continued to laugh. "Talk about it, it's okay to talk about it. I tell you, I want to become a knight the most. You see my tall appearance, turning into a knight must be majestic, and then you can protect the girl." His physique is indeed quite suitable for the profession of knight. It is difficult to change to the main combat class. Lin Moyu has calculated that it is about 10% probability. Among these more than 100 people, there will be no more than 15 who can become the main battle class. Gao Yang continued to speak. Lin Moyu just smiled lightly and did not answer. Lin Mo spoke very little, and although his grades were very good, he had no friends. Many people think that Lin Moyu is sick. Gao Yang said 2 words and talked to others again. Someone pulled Gao Yang. "What do you say to the muffled man? He won't answer you." It's just that the grades are better. What's so great? I don't know what I can change into today. Maybe it's a life career. Several people spoke in 2 words. Lin Moyu was popular among his classmates, and many people felt that Lin Moyu was too cold and arrogant. The grades are good, so look down on others. Gao Yang said with a smile. "Actually, Mou is just a simple dislike of talking. It's a pity that no one believes this." Lin Moyu won't explain much. There is no need for this. When the group arrived in front of the law formation, Lu Yun walked up and said respectfully to an old man, "Master Zhang, you are in trouble today." Master Zhang shook his head. "It should be done." Master Zhang did not hide his information, everyone could see it. Zhang Qian, level 52, Formation Master. Lin Moyu was slightly surprised. It turned out to be a Formation Master, and the level was as high as level 52. Formation Master is a rare class of auxiliary classes, and it is not common. The Formation Master is very popular on the battlefield. Once the formation is set, whoever enters that area dies. Lu Yun and Zhang Qian exchanged a few pleasantries before walking back. He took out a list and looked at the students. The classmates whose names I read below will enter the transfer formation. Everything that should be taught has already been taught, and so will you. Don't be nervous, just relax. The first one, Su De. Su De responded and walked into the career transfer formation with a little apprehension. The French array roared, accompanied by a burst of brilliant light, and Su Da's transfer ended. Life occupation, farmer. Su Da's face was slightly pale, and he didn't expect to become a farmer. Su De is a farmer. A farmer can also do it. If you can upgrade to a big farmer in the future, or even a holy farmer, it is also a good profession. Aha, in the life profession, the farmer is not bad. Zhongli, who was called by name, trotted all the way into the formation. The same brilliant light. Life occupation, chef. Zhongli is very satisfied with his profession. My father is a chef, but I didn't expect me to become a chef. This can be regarded as inheriting his father's business. Hangwen. Big cow. One after another, one person went up to change jobs, and most of them became life occupations. Occasionally there are a few support classes, at least the main combat class is even rarer. As more and more people changed jobs in the past, Lu Yun's face was not very good looking. Zhang Qian stood beside Lu Yun, as the arranger of the transfer formation. He was very clear about the situation of the transfer. This year's students are average. Hearing Zhang Qian's words, Lu Yun also sighed. Yes, there is not a rare profession so far. Zhang Qian sneered. It's still a rare profession. You haven't had a rare profession for many years. It's good to be able to come out of a high-level profession in the main battle category. Lu Yun smiled. Yes, every year there are only 1 or 2 rare professions in the entire Shihai city. I am too extravagant. Xia Shui. Lu Yun called another name. Xia Shui responded. Before leaving, Xia Shui also looked at Lin Moyu, and there was a hint of provocation in her eyes. She and Lin Moyu are known as the 2 geniuses of one middle school. However, in terms of results, Lin Moyu has always pressed Xia Shui, and Xia Shui has always been second. Xia Shui always held a breath in her heart. She would not admit defeat. Lin Moyu ignored Xia Shui's provocation, as if he hadn't seen it. He still maintained an indifferent appearance. Humph, Miss Ben will let you know who is the real genius. Xia Shui was like a proud swan, and walked into the career change formation with confident steps. Zhang Qian, who had always closed his eyes, suddenly opened his eyes and glanced at Xia Shui. This girl is good. Lu Yun was slightly stunned. Why did Master Zhang say that? Her spiritual power is more than twice as strong as that of ordinary people, and she may be converted into a mage. Mage, Lu Yun suddenly came to the spirit. Mage is a high-level class of the main battle category, and there has not been a high-level class of the main battle category so far this year. If it is some special mage, it is a proper rare class. The French array is running, shining brightly. 2 huge fireballs suddenly rose from the light, exploding like fireworks. Lu Yun trembled with excitement. Vision, rare profession. Visions appear, representing rare occupations. Main battle rare class, elemental mage. Lu Yun's mood at the moment was extremely excited. Just now he was still saying that rare classes are just luxury. I didn't expect to come to the pillow when I drowsy, and I just made a wish and it came true. Wow, Xia Shui is so powerful, it turned out to be a rare class in the main battle category. Elemental mage, it's too powerful. It is said that after the level is increased, the attack power is quite terrifying. That is, in a city like our Shihai city, a god-level elemental mage can be erased by directly throwing a forbidden spell down. It is worthy of being a genius, and it is worthy of its name. Xia Shui was also full of excitement and walked down from the formation. Zhang Qian specially said, "Little girl, you are very good." Lu Yun's face at this time was also smiling like a blooming chrysanthemum, and he was very happy. Xia Shui saluted Zhang Qian very respectfully. Thank you seniors for the compliment. After Xia Shui went back, a group of classmates surrounded her, asking questions non-stop. The main battle class rare class that is really rare. In addition to classification, occupations are also graded. Except for life occupations, there is no classification. The classes of the main battle class and the auxiliary class can be divided into 5 levels: low, intermediate, high, rare and legendary. Legendary level professions are almost impossible to see, and the entire Xinxia Empire may not be able to produce one in 10 years. There are relatively many rare classes, such as Shihai City, which can produce one every year, and sometimes 2. Now Xia Shui, Su Qianqing, who Lu Yun often hangs on his lips, are all rare professions in the main battle category. Lin Moyu. Lin Moyu heard his name and raised his foot and walked towards the law formation. Xia Shui looked at Lin Moyu, her eyes full of challenge. Lu Yun asked, Master Zhang, what do you think of this kid? Zhang Qian glanced at Lin Moyu, except for being very calm about me, there is nothing special. Lu Yun said, there are two geniuses in our school, Xia Shui just now is the second, and he is the first. Zhang Qian said lightly, there is no necessary relationship between academic performance and job transfer, you should understand this. Lu Yun naturally understood, but he still looked forward to it. If you can get another rare class. That's completely crooked. The magic array moved, bursting into brilliant light. The originally bright sky suddenly darkened, and in the blink of an eye dark clouds overwhelmed the top. A cold wind blew in from all directions, and the temperature dropped sharply. Day turns into night, as if the end is coming. What's the wind? There are a lot of dark clouds in the world. I didn't say it was going to rain, this wind is so cold. Lu Yun was surprised, what's going on? Zhang Qian stared at the Dharma array and said lightly, vision. Career change vision. Lu Yun almost exclaimed, such a big vision of changing jobs was unheard of. Then he was alarmed, such a big vision moved, if he didn't give a rare profession, then he couldn't say it. I just don't know if it's an auxiliary class or a main battle class. No way, I won't lose to you. Xia Shui clenched her fists, this vision was much more mobile than she had just now. The heart did not admit defeat, but purely from the vision, I had to obey. Suddenly shouted from his classmates, look, there is movement in the dark clouds. Everyone looked up. A little fire rose in the dark clouds. Flames float in the air, rising and falling. There seems to be something else besides the firelight. And there is also a clicking friction sound in the clouds, which is sour to hear. Finally, the sharp-eyed classmate saw clearly what was in the dark cloud, and was so frightened that he fell to the ground. It's skeletons, and all the skeletons in the dark clouds. With his words, the picture in the dark clouds has been fully revealed. Thousands of skeletons are densely packed, and the fire is the sole fire in their skulls. One by one, the skeletons glowed with a miserable white light, fierce and terrifying. Although I knew that this was just a vision, many students were still frightened and retreated. One of the soul fires fell from the sky and fell on Lin Moyu. Then all visions disappeared in an instant, and everything returned to its original state. Unique hidden class, Necromancer. Is not a rare class. It's about hiding careers. And it is also the only hidden profession. This means that there is only one profession in the world. Unless Lin Moyu died, there would be no second identical profession. Hidden classes are rarer than rare classes, and even fewer than legendary classes. It is not clear whether it is strong or not, anyway, less is for sure. Lin Moyu's necromancer profession is the only one in the world. Lin Mo is so powerful, it has become a hidden profession, and it is the only hidden profession. How can the luck of the muffled man be so good? Could it be that the Dharma formation made a mistake? Hidden professions are not necessarily powerful, and there are many people in history whose hidden professions are not very good. Yes, hidden professions are just few, not necessarily powerful. But the vision just now is so scary, and his profession is called a necromancer, is it always dealing with dead people? He didn't talk in the first place, and it wasn't just right to deal with dead people, and he didn't have to speak. Lin Moyu came down from the Dharma formation after fully awakening professionally. The only hidden profession, he was also a little excited in his heart, but he couldn't see anything on his face. Joy and anger are not colorful, there is shock and excitement in the heart, why put it on the face? Wait a minute. When passing by Zhang Qian suddenly opened his mouth and stopped him. Lin Moyu turned around and saluted Zhang Qian, what are the orders of senior? It's not that he can't speak, he just speaks very little. There should be no less courtesy. Zhang Qian asked, your profession is a hidden profession, and the old man has never seen it, do you show a skill? Faced. With Zhang Qian's request, Lin Moyu did not refuse. Please senior, wait a moment. I just finished my job change and am not completely familiar with myself. I took a look at my properties. Name, Lin Moyu. Class, Necromancer, only. Level, 1, 0%. Strength, 10, Agility, 10, Spirit, 20, Physique, 10, Equipment, none. Summoning space, 0/. 10. Skill, Soul Flame, Level 1, Summon Skeleton Warrior. Level 1, Soul Flame, Level 1 burns the target soul, causing burning damage, and the power is determined according to its own spiritual power and skill level. Summon Skeleton Warrior, Level 1 Summon a Black Iron level Skeleton Warrior. Skeletons can be divided into Black Iron, Bronze, Silver, Gold, Diamond, Legend, God level. In terms of attributes, spiritual power is better than the other two attributes. This also represents the positioning of the Necromancer, which belongs to the profession of the mage department. The Soul Flame skill also illustrates this. However, the Summoning Skeleton Warrior skill is somewhat similar to the Summoner class. The Soul Flame was definitely not suitable for display, so Lin Moyu chose to summon the Skeleton Warrior. The skill was activated, and a black vortex appeared around Lin Moyu. Then a Skeleton Warrior burning with soul fire came out of the vortex. The spirit dropped from 20 to 10 in an instant, consuming half of it. The bones of the Black Iron level Skeleton Warriors were gray. There were many cracks all over the body, and even the knife in his hand was worn and old, and I don't know which tattered pile he picked it from. Not only a knife, the entire Skeleton Warrior seemed to come out of a garbage heap. Such a Black Iron level Skeleton Warrior does not look a little powerful, as if it will fall apart at will. Lin Moyu also checked the attributes of the Skeleton Warrior. Black Iron level Skeleton Warrior. Strength, 15, Agility, 15, Spirit, 15, Physique, 15. Skill, none. The four attributes are quite balanced. There are no advantages and no disadvantages. There are no skills for the time being, only normal attacks will be used. It was not so powerful. When the Skeleton Warrior appeared, the classmates let out an exclamation one after another, and unconsciously took a few steps back. People are always afraid of scary things. Only a few dared and did not move. Like Gao Yang, on the contrary, there is a hint of curiosity. Zhang Qian's fingertips glowed like a light breeze falling on the Skeleton Warrior. The Skeleton Warrior's eyes suddenly burst into red light, and when he looked towards Zhang Qian, the soul fire also jumped violently. Skeleton Warriors are attacked, whether to fight back. If you do not make a choice within 10 seconds, you will automatically fight back. A piece of information suddenly popped up in Lin Moyu's mind, and he quickly ordered the Skeleton Warrior not to move. Zhang Qian smiled, the vigilance is very high. He is a level 52 professional with a high level of detection. Lin Mo was only level 1, and his summoned object would actually be hostile to himself. Through the detection technique, Zhang Qian saw the attributes of the Skeleton Warrior. There is nothing special about the ordinary properties. After all, Lin Moyu is only level 1 now, and from this attribute, he can't see the strength of the profession. Maybe after the level is high, this Skeleton Warrior will also become powerful. Zhang Qian waved his hand, thank you, work hard, maybe there will be something in the future. Lin Moyu saluted Zhang Qian again. The Skeleton Warrior walked behind Lin Moyu, making a clicking sound, accompanied by gusts of cold wind, which added a bit of terrifying taste. When he went back, many classmates unconsciously stayed away from him. The skeletons are too scary. Gao Yang came over. Can I touch it? Lin Moyu nodded and said yes. Gao Yang boldly reached out and touched the Skeleton Warrior. The touch of the steel plate is a little cold. The flame on the skull has no heat, and the closer to the flame, the colder it gets. Gao Yang asked, is this skeleton powerful? Lin Moyu shook his head, it should be better than you. Really? I don't believe it, it looks a little tattered. At this time, Lu Yun called Gao Yang's name, and Gao Yang answered, I'll go to change jobs first and turn around and say. Lin Moyu looked at the Skeleton Warrior and silently thought in his heart, recycle. The whirlpool appeared in front of him again, and the Skeleton Warrior disappeared after entering the whirlpool. The summon space attribute bar also changes. Originally, it was summoning space, 0 out of 10. Now it has become summoning space, 1 out of 10, Skeleton Warrior, quantity, 1. Lin Moyu carefully checked the introduction of the summoning space. The summoning space is a place to house summons, and summoned objects that are not normally used can be placed in the summoning space, and they can be summoned at any time when needed. Summoning objects called out of the summoning space do not need to consume spiritual power. In other words, you can summon a Skeleton Warrior in normal times, and then put it in the summoning space and call it out at any time when needed. The summoning space currently has a capacity of 10 tiles and can accommodate 10 Skeleton Warriors. If the summon is injured, it can also recover quickly in the summoning space. As the level increases, the capacity of the summoning space also increases. Lin Moyu thought of the picture he saw when he changed jobs just now. The picture he saw during the job change process was completely different from what others saw. He saw a dragon, a dragon. The dragon soared through the air, making cries of pain from time to time. In an instant, it fell back to the ground and rolled wildly. Lin Moyu saw that the dragon was full of skeleton warriors, not to mention thousands. The skeleton warrior wielded his blade and kept falling on the dragon. Every blow creates a horrific wound. No matter how much the dragon struggled, it didn't help. There was nothing the dragon could do but cry out. In less than a minute, the dragon fell with a cry of sorrow. The lobe completely lost its luster. This scene let Lin Moyu know how strong the skeleton warrior really was. As long as there are a certain number, even dragons can be slaughtered like pigs and dogs. Lin Moyu believes that he can one day reach that level, slaying dragons like dogs. The transformation law formation burst into a brilliant light. Gao Yang's transfer ended. Main battle advanced class, sword and shield knight. Really became a knight as Gao Yang wished. And not an ordinary knight, but a high-level class, a knight of swords and shields. Although they are both knights, there is an essential difference between the two. Otherwise, it is not eligible to be titled high. Gao Yang ran back excitedly, well, I just said I can be a knight. Lin Moyu rarely showed a smile, and at the same time gave Gao Yang a thumbs up. Gao Yang laughed and patted Lin Moyu's shoulder, in the future, we will fight copies together, and I will block in front of you. How do you say that, let me think. He patted his head, if you want to kill me, step on your corpse. Lin Moyu was a little speechless, he really couldn't stand this guy, and finally spoke, you said the opposite. Gao Yang said in amazement, you are finally willing to speak. I deliberately said the opposite, didn't you find out? Found a fart. What deliberately said the opposite, that is, said the opposite, well, and still dead and not admitted. It's a tease. Lin Moyu gave Gao Yang a disdainful look. The change of all jobs is finally over. Lu Yun led them back to the large classroom. This time, 106 students from number 1 middle school changed jobs, of which Lin Moyu was a hidden occupation. 12 are transferred to the main battle category, 18 are transferred to the auxiliary category, and the rest are life classes. This ratio is already good, and Lu Yun is also very satisfied. Students, the job change is over. No matter what profession you change to, you must work hard to upgrade and improve your skill proficiency. Starting tomorrow, our newbie upgrade copy in Shihai City will be open to all students. Students, you can enter the dungeon for actual combat upgrades. Students who are in a life profession don't need to worry, the school has arranged a life skills hall for you, where teachers will teach you to master various life skills. I hope that in the big exam in a week, all students can achieve good results and enter their favorite institutions of higher learning. The information in the newbie upgrade copy is basically clear to everyone. The monsters inside are concentrated between levels 1 and 8. And there are not many of them, and the difficulty is low. It is much safer than in the wild of Shihai City. Of course, you can also upgrade the quest without going to the newbie and go directly to the wild. As for life and death, deal with it yourself. At the end of school, Xia Shui stopped Lin Moyu. Gao Yang chuckled, Miss Xia, what's the matter, do you fancy our family Moyu? Lin Moyu, I want to compete with you. Lin Moyu looked at her with a question mark on his face. Xia Shui knew that Lin Mo didn't like to speak, and said directly, I and you are better than who did the exam score, do you dare to compare? Oh. Lin Mo snorted and bypassed Xia Shui. Xia Shui stomped her foot, that's it, I won't lose to you all the time. Xia Shui originally thought that his rare profession today could steadily suppress Lin Moyu. Unexpectedly, Lin Moyu came to a hidden profession. Regardless of the Necromancer's strength, it was clear that she had lost again. Xia Shui will not admit defeat. Lin Moyu walked back home. The home was empty. Lin Moyu simply got himself something to eat. The furnishings in the house are very simple, with little furniture. A photo is very conspicuous. In the photo is Lin Moyu, there is also a young and beautiful woman, and an old woman with grey hair. Lin Moyu in the photo is smiling under the sun. Completely different from what he is now. In addition to him, the young woman and the old woman in the photo are also laughing. The photo was taken 3 years ago. He traveled over, inherited the memories and emotions of the original owner, and had a very deep affection for the two in the photo. On the earth in a previous life, he was an orphan and had no relatives. Here he has loved ones, loves his loved ones. He cherished it doubly. Unfortunately, the good times did not last long. 2 years ago, his grandmother died. A year ago, my sister also went to Xiaojing Academy. Now he is left in the family. Lin Mo's words became less and less, and it became colder. I'm also going to Xiaojing Academy. Lin Moyu said firmly in his heart. Not for anything else, because Lin Mohan was there. It's just that Xiaojing Academy is too difficult to take the exam, and last year, only Lin Mohan in the entire Shihai city was admitted to it. There was a knock on the door outside. Principal Lu. Lu Yun stood at the door with a bag of things. Mou, there is some food here, you take it and eat it first. I'll bring you fresh ones in a few days. Lin Moyu took the food, thank you. Lu Yun nodded, I'm going to enter the copy tomorrow, so take a good rest. Over the past year, Lu Yun has sent some food every few days. This is what he promised Lin Mohan to do. Last year, Lin Mohan was admitted to Xiaojing Academy as the champion of Shihai City. But Lin Mohan didn't want to go at that time, the reason was to stay and take care of his younger brother Lin Moyu. Once you go to Xiaojing Academy, you won't be able to come back for at least 3 years. Lu Yun kept doing ideological work for Lin Mohan and promised that he would take care of Lin Moyu. Lin Mohan agreed to go to Xiaojing Academy. You know, in a city like Shihai City, it is a very honorable thing to have a student admitted to Xiaojing Academy. This is especially true for the first middle school, and even more so for Lu Yun. Lu Yun did what he said, and he has always taken care of Lin Moyu this year. At night, Lin Moyu studied his skills. His mental power has been restored, and he can summon another skeleton warrior at any time. In his left palm, he holds a bright red gemstone. This is the only thing he carries with him when he crosses over. When he raised his hand and was about to summon, a voice suddenly sounded in his mind. Host Awakening Necromancer class detected. The profession meets the requirements, and the strongest talent system is binding. Start extracting the origin of the world and optimizing skills. Skill optimization completed. Congratulations to the host for awakening the unique god-level talent, comprehensive increase, level 1. Congratulations to the host for obtaining the passive skill, damage transfer. Lin Moyu's spirit was shocked, and he immediately checked his attributes. Name, Lin Moyu. Class, Necromancer, only. Level, 1, 0%. Strength, 10, Agility, 10, Spirit, 20. Equipment, none. Summoning space, 1 out of 10, Skeleton Warrior, quantity. 1. Talent, overall increase, level 1, unique. Passive skill, damage transfer. Active skill, Soul Flame, level 1, Summon Skeleton Warrior, level 1. Overall increase, level 1. The effect of all skills is increased by 10 times. Damage transfer, all damage taken by the wizard himself is borne by the summon. Soul Flame, level 1 burns the target soul, causing burning damage, and the power is determined according to its spiritual power and skill level. Summon Skeleton Warrior, level 1. Summon a Black Iron level Skeleton Warrior. The basic stats have not changed, only a talent and a passive skill have been added. But both of these are divine skills. Needless to say, the talent is unique, and the only level 1 increases all skills by 10 times. How strong this talent is, Lin Moyu can no longer accurately describe it in words. Even he, who had always been indifferent, showed a little shock on his face at this time. The effect of passive skills is also amazing, completely god level. All damage is transferred to the summon. That said, as long as the summoned object does not die, he will not die. If you want to kill him, you must first kill his summons. It goes without saying how powerful this passive skill is. If there were thousands of summons, Lin Moyu would be comparable to an immortal body. This passive skill, unheard of. After a long time, Lin Moyu came back from his shock. He found that the ruby on his left hand was missing. So it's you. Lin Moyu activated his skill and summoned a Black Iron level skeleton. A vortex appeared in front of him. With a tooth-biting friction sound, a Black Iron level skeleton walked out of the whirlpool. The Black Iron level skeleton in front of him is no different from the Black Iron level skeleton summoned in the afternoon. The appearance has not changed, it is the same as coming out of the garbage dump. You can't just look at the surface. Black Iron Skeleton Warrior. Strength, 150, agility, 150, spirit, 150, physique, 150. Skill, none. With the same appearance, the attributes have changed drastically. All properties increased by a factor of 10. Not to mention the strength and agility spirit, the physical fitness has increased by 10 times, which basically represents a 10-fold increase in the vitality and defense of the skeleton warrior. Combined with the damage transfer skill, it will be very difficult to kill Lin Moyu. Lin Moyu also released the skeleton warrior in the summoning space, and found that its attributes had also increased by 10 times. The overall increase also played a role. With 10 points of spiritual power left, Lin Moyu summoned a black iron level skeleton again. Then he began meditating. Meditation is the best way to restore mental strength and can replace sleep. There are many students in the school who can do it. Early the next morning, Lin Moyu woke up on time. Principals gathered around and chatted hotly. Lu Yun's face was red at this time. Xia Shui and Lin Moyu are indeed good. If they have the opportunity, I really hope that they can be admitted to Xia Jing Academy. Xia Shui. Is it the eldest lady of the Xia family? And Lin Moyu, how is this name so similar to Lin Mohan? Lu Yun said, Xia Shui is the eldest lady of the Xia family, and Lin Moyu is Lin Mohan's younger brother. No wonder, the Xia family's bloodline inheritance is very good. As for Lin Moyu, these two siblings are really powerful. Gao Yang poked Lin Moyu, do you want to team up together? Facing Gao Yang's invitation, Lin Moyu shook his head. Gao Yang was furious, stinky boy, do you look down on Lao Tzu? Young Master Ben sincerely invites you, if you don't give young Master Ben a reasonable reason, young Master Ben will definitely not give up. He looked as if he was angry, but in fact, the smile under his eyes had betrayed him. Lin Moyu ignored him, and sure enough, within 2 seconds, Gao Yang changed his face again. Boss, why don't you team up with me? Lin Moyu said lightly, team training is slow, and single brush upgrade is fast. Gao Yang said strangely, how do you know? Read more. Lin Moyu replied rarely. Gao Yang touched his head, obviously not quite convinced. At this time, Xia Shui suddenly said on the side, Lin Moyu is right, if the two team up, although it is faster to kill monsters, the experience needs to be divided equally between the two. The speed of killing monsters in teams between two people is increased by up to 50% to 60%, but the time to find monsters is fixed, so the overall efficiency is slower. According to the experience summed up by the seniors, copies below level 10 are suitable for single brushes. Quests above level 10 are suitable for teaming. Xia Shui said very clearly, Gao Yang is not stupid, after thinking about it, he understood. At this time, Lu Yun came over. Except for Xia Shui and Lin Moyu, all main battle classes must bring several auxiliary classes to team up into the quest. Don't think about single swipe upgrades, you must know that in the future, you will go to the difficult dungeon, you can't do without assistance. Usually I refuse to bring assistance, but I find assistance when I need it, how can there be such a good thing? To put it bluntly, instead of looking for assistance that you don't know, it's better to find your own classmates, at least there is classmate friendship between you, and you won't run alone if you are in danger. Lu Yun said it very clearly, and it is true. Let the people who were originally in love with a single brush calm down. If the main battle class does not have a boost, the secondary upgrade will be slow and slow. Someone asked, why don't Xia Shui and Lin Moyu need assistance? Lu Yun cleared his throat, the two of them are different, Xia Shui is going to take the Xia Jing Academy and needs to be upgraded quickly. And Xia Shui won't stay in the newbie quest for long, at most 2 days, Xia Shui will leave here. As for Lin Moyu, I don't know his profession, I don't know his combat power, you can ask the assistant, if you are willing to team up with him. When these little girls saw Lin Moyu's skeleton warriors, they were scared to death, and they formed a fart team. Lin Mo said lightly, Teacher Lu, I also want to take the Xiajing Academy. The meaning is clear, I don't want to team up, I want to go it alone. Lu Yun was slightly surprised, do you know how difficult it is to take the Xiajing Academy? Lin Moyu nodded, I have confidence. Lu Yun understood Lin Moyu's determination, I hope you can succeed. If you want to be admitted to Xiajing Academy, the first thing is the level requirements. At least level 12 or above, and the insurance point must be up to level 15. Last year, Lin Xiahan was admitted to Xiajing Academy with a 16th grade attitude. In just 1 week, it is not easy to reach level 12. As for level 15, it is even more difficult. The highest level of monster in the newbie quest is level 8, and it is impossible to upgrade to level 12. And the level of danger in the wild is much higher than that of novice copies, and novice professionals like them are just sent to death if they rush to death. In addition to the grade requirements, there are some other conditions. You won't know until the big exam. At Lu Yun's request, several main combat professions have chosen to assist. Or 2 or 3 people in a team. The formalities were completed, and the school issued weapons and equipment to each person. Fighters are assigned different weapons according to different classes. Lao Tzu handsome. Lin Moyu also got a magic staff. Magic staff. Spiritual power +1. Weapons and equipment that do not even have a little bonus. There is no sample, you can only pretend to look. Xia Shui has her own weapons and doesn't want school. Her weapon is a law book, and Lin Moyu can feel that there is not weak energy circulating in the law book, which should be a good weapon. Xia Shui said to Lin Moyu before entering the copy, let's compete and see who upgrades faster. Lin Mo was non-committal, neither agreeing nor refusing. Xia Shuejiao snorted, tilting her head to reveal her slender white neck, if you don't answer, you agree. With that, she turned and entered the copy. The corners of Lin Moyu's mouth moved slightly, the competitive spirit is so strong. Silently said, and also entered the copy. The environment of the newbie quest is a savanna with lush grass that is more than half a meter tall. Many smaller monsters hide in the grass and are difficult to spot. The density of monsters here is not high and it is quite safe, so it also leads to a problem, and it takes longer to find monsters than monsters. The purpose of the newbie dungeon is to get the novices used to the battle and adapt to the battle. Lin Moyu released 4 skeleton warriors. Go find monsters to kill. As soon as his mind moved, the 4 skeleton warriors had already run out in 4 directions. Click, click, click. When running, with gusts of dark wind. So fast. With up to 150 agility stats, the skeleton warrior runs very fast. In the blink of an eye, it has already run tens of meters. At this time, a skeleton warrior waved the broken sword in his hand. Successfully killed the big ear free, experience +10. Only level 1 big ear exemption, directly killed by the skeleton warrior in seconds. Lin Moyu looked at the experience. Experience increased by 1%. Each level 1 monster can increase experience by 1%, and kill 100 to level up. Successful kill big ear free, experience +10, successful kill big ear free, experience +10. There are continuous prompts, and 4 skeleton warriors continue to find the big ear rabbit to kill it. In just a few minutes, Lin Moyu's experience has increased by 10%. This efficiency is too high. Lin Moyu originally planned to stay in the newbie quest for 2 days, and then leave after the level was raised to level 8. Now it seems that it doesn't take so much for 2 days. Lin Moyu unleashed his skill and summoned a black iron level skeleton warrior again. The skeleton warrior then joins the monster hunt. Lin Moyu sat down and began to meditate. Half an hour later, Lin Moyu ushered in his first upgrade. Name, Lin Moyu. Class, Necromancer, only. Level, 2, 1%. Strength, 20, Agility, 20, Spirit, 40, Equipment, none. Summoning space, 520, Skeleton Warriors, quantity, 5. Talent, full increase, level 1, unique. Passive skill, damage transfer. All attributes are increased by 100 points compared to level 1. Directly from 150 to 250. Lin Moyu knew that the increase was not so exaggerated, mainly because his talent was too strong. Otherwise, the level 2 skeletons are 25 for each attribute, which has been upgraded by 1 level, and each attribute has increased by 10 points. 4-dimensional equilibrium, the total amount increased by 40 points, which is also normal. Although it is not weak, it is not so strong. The key is still talent, unique god-level talent. This talent and the necromancer profession are really a perfect match. Lin Moyu continued to use skills to summon skeleton warriors, increasing the number of skeleton warriors to 7. The 7 skeleton warriors are like 7 gold medal fighters, scattered in the newbie quest and constantly killing monsters. Whether it is level 1 or level 2, or even level 3, under their tattered swords, they are all seconds to kill, without exception. The attributes are too strong, even if they don't use any skills, the skeleton warrior has extremely strong attack power. The strength attribute of 250 points should not be much worse than a level 10 warrior. A level 2 skeleton warrior with attack power comparable to level 10, and can completely walk sideways in a newbie quest. Most critically, there are 7 more. No, 7 is just the beginning. Lin Moyu will continue to summon after his spiritual power is restored. Kill level 2 gray-haired cat. Experience plus 20, kill level 3 brown dog, experience plus 30, kill level 4 blue-eyed rat king. Experience plus 40. Flash kill, all the way is a second kill, without any suspense. Facing at least level 10 attack powers, these are only level 3 or 4 monsters. Die without suspense and without pain. Lin Moyu followed the trajectory of the skeleton's actions and slowly walked forward. As the skeleton warrior ran farther and farther, Lin Moyu's mind gradually formed a map, which was a map of the secret realm. There is such a function. Where the skeleton warrior walks, a map is automatically formed. In addition to killing monsters, the skeleton warrior has also become a fully automatic mapper. After just 1 hour of hard work, the experience is almost full again, and you will face upgrades. He even gave up meditation, such a fast upgrade speed, what do you want to meditate? Just wait for the mental power to automatically recover when you upgrade. The skeleton warriors stabbed one by one, ruthlessly, without mercy. At this time, Lin Moyu saw a monster that had not been killed by the skeleton warriors. Level 2 gray-haired cat. Lying in the grass, it was missed by the skeleton warriors. What a lucky one. Lin Moyu thought in his heart, and a cyan flame burned on his palm. Soul Flame. This is his only offensive skill at the moment. The cyan flame seemed to teleport, and instantly appeared on the body of the level 2 gray-haired cat. The level 2 gray-haired cat let out a scream, its body twitched twice, and it fell directly to the ground and died. In the face of a 10x increase in attack skills, the gray-haired cat is only left to be killed in seconds. Kill level 2 gray-haired cat, experience plus 20, the gray-haired cat is dead, but on the surface, it shows no signs of being burned by flames. Lin Moyu understood, as if it was written in a skill description, the soul flame attacked the target's soul. This skill is an attack belonging to the spirit system. Shocked again, the attacks of the spirit system have a common specialty, that is, they ignore defenses. No matter how strong your physical defenses are or how high your elemental defenses are, you can't resist psychic attacks. The hidden class is really powerful, and the only 2 skills are very powerful. Even without the talent bonus, the Necromancer will not be weaker than any legendary class. Lin Moyu has his own judgment, which may not be comprehensive or objective, but he believes that his judgment is inseparable. A pillar of light rushed out of his body. Upgraded. All attributes increased by 10 points again, and spiritual power increased by 20 points. The skeleton warrior skill has also been upgraded to level 3. The 4-dimensional attribute increases by another 10 points, which is followed by an increase of 100 points. The 4 dimensions reached a staggering 350 points. Lin Moyu continued to use the summoning skeleton skill, summoning 3 skeleton warriors in a row, bringing the total number of skeleton warriors in the quest to 10. 10 skeleton warriors rampaged through the quest like a sweep. Kill level 4 blue-eyed rat king, experience plus 40, kill level 5 green wolf, experience plus 50. A level 5 monster faces a skeleton warrior and is also a one-cut kill. Lin Moyu didn't have to do anything at all, he just needed to wait for the experience to be gained. At this rate, up to 2 hours, you can upgrade to another level. And others, it is not bad to be able to rise to level 3 on the first day, and the rest will only get slower. After all, Lu Yun's requirements for them could be upgraded to level 8 in a week. Level 8 can be admitted to higher education. Unless you want to go to the top 50 universities in the country, you need level 9 or even 10. Outside the copy, several principals began to chat again. They gathered around the table, made tea, and talked without face and skin. I don't know how many levels this year's little babies can rise to on the first day. Who remembers how many levels the previous record was? I remember it was level 5, Su Qianqing before, Lin Mohan last year was level 5. Su Qianqing and Lin Mohan are both rare professions, and this year's Xia Shui is also a rare profession, they should be similar. From their upgrade speed on the first day, you can basically judge the upgrade speed in the next few days. If Xia Shui's first day is less than level 5, it will be difficult for her to enter Xia Jing Academy. Lu Yun listened to the few of them talking, and thought in his heart, I don't know how many levels Lin Moyu can rise, and the hidden profession should not be bad. After level 5, the upgrade speed will be significantly slower. The first day they say is actually 12 hours. The countdown starts when everyone enters the quest, and after 12 hours they automatically leave the quest. It depends on how many levels can be upgraded in these 12 hours. Suddenly, a huge breath rushed to his face. Xia Dongyang, the head of the Xia family in Shihai City, Xia Shui's father. There was still an empty seat at the table, and Xia Dongyang sat down unceremoniously. Hello principals. After sitting down, he greeted several people. Xia Dongyang's face was resolute and not angry. Lu Yun poured a cup of tea for Xia Dongyang. Patriarch Xia came to see Xia Shuya. Xia Dongyang smiled. In recent years, Xiao Xue has been taken care of thanks to Principal Lu. Lu Yun waved his hand. I didn't do anything. Xia Shui is very smart, and this job change is also very successful. Xia Dongyang said, I heard from my family. I just returned to Shihai City today, but unfortunately I couldn't catch Xiao Xue's job change. Lu Yun knew that Xia Dongyang was very busy and did not have much time at home. We were discussing just now whether Xia Shui Yadu can reach level 5 at the end of today's 12-hour copy. She wanted to enter Xiajing Academy, and the difficulty was not small. Xia Dongyang said, it should be fine, even if it's almost nothing, I can go to Totoran. Lu Yun shook his head, I suggest you don't do this. Xia Xuya's character I know, if you do this, she will hate you. Xia Dongyang sighed, he didn't know. Xia Dongyang changed the topic, I heard that yesterday I changed jobs, and your school also had a hidden profession, which is gratifying, I don't know what kind of profession. Lu Yun's face lit up, the name of the profession is Necromancer, a profession that has never been seen before, can summon skeletons, and I don't know if it is powerful or not. Not all hidden professions are powerful, and garbage hidden professions are not unappeared. Can I summon skeletons? It sounds sinister. And the name of the Necromancer does not seem to sound good. Dealing with the dead undead will inevitably make people think. Lu Yun saw Xia Dongyang's thoughts, don't worry, although that kid doesn't talk much, he is a good boy, and his sister was admitted to Xiajing Academy last year. If Xia Shuya goes to Xiajing Academy, you may be able to support Lin Moyu to take care of it. With Lu Yun's words, Xia Dongyang was relieved. After many years of intersection, he knew best what Lu Yun was. In the newbie copy, Lin Moyu received the message transmitted back by the skeleton warrior. The limit distance has been reached, and it is impossible to continue to move away. At this time, the farthest skeleton warrior was already 500 meters away from Lin Moyu. The skeleton warrior stood 500 meters away and stopped advancing. Lin Moyu also knew that the skeleton warrior must currently maintain a distance of within 500 meters of himself. Seeing that several other skeleton warriors were also about to reach this distance, Lin Moyu could only order them to return. It was impossible to shake the palm cabinet, and Lin Moyu could only pick a direction and walk towards the depths of the copy. The 10 skeleton warriors formed a fan shape to open the way ahead, always keeping a distance of about 100 meters from Lin Moyu. Any monster on the way will be killed by skeleton warriors in seconds. In the 4th hour of entering the quest, Lin Moyu ushered in the 3rd upgrade. Name, Lin Moyu. Class, Necromancer, only. Level, 4, 0%. Strength, 40, Agility, 40, Spirit, 80, Equipment, none. Summoning space, 1040, Skeleton Warrior, quantity. 10. Talent, full increase, level 1, unique. Passive skill, damage transfer. Active skill, Soul Flame, level 4, summon skeleton warriors, level 4, after leveling up, Lin Moyu continued to summon skeleton warriors. At this time, the spiritual power consumed to summon a skeleton warrior had reached 25 points. 3 consecutive levels in 4 hours. With the increasing number of skeleton warriors, the upgrade speed has not decreased much, but has a tendency to accelerate. Lin Moyu took his army of skeletons and officially stepped into the second half of the novice copy. A large number of level 5 monsters, level 6 monsters began to appear. However, in front of the skeleton warriors with strength attributes as high as 450, it is all a matter of one sword. Kill level 5 Green Wolf, experience plus 50, kill level 6 Black Panther, experience plus 60. For Lin Moyu, killing level 1 monsters and killing level 6 are the same efficiency. So the higher the level, the better, and the greater the density of monsters, the better. 3 more skeleton warriors were summoned, and a full 13 skeleton warriors wreaked havoc on the novice quest. Experience points are increasing rapidly, there are more skeleton warriors, and the upgrade speed does not decrease but rises. At this rate, it won't take an hour to upgrade again. 12 hours on the first day of the newbie copy, can I directly upgrade to level 8? It's twice as fast as I expected, and after reaching level 8, you can go to the outskirts of Shihai City, where there are more advanced monsters. Lin Moyu had already planned his upgrade route in his heart. To go to the outskirts of Shihai City, you need to get the approval of the school, otherwise the guards in the city will not let him out. Level 8 is the minimum standard and cannot be lower. Kill a level 7 brown bear, experience plus 70. As Lin Moyu continues to go deeper, level 7 monsters begin to appear, which is also a matter of killing in seconds. The newbie quest was created for newbies. The monster strength is low, the overall environment is simple, and the safety is much higher than in the wild. Therefore, even if Lin Moyu was very easy to level up and brush monsters, he still did not take it lightly. In his memory, Lin Mohan once returned from the outskirts of Shihai City, his body was stained with blood and injured. She told Lin Moyu very seriously that the lion fighting rabbit also used all his strength, and it should not be taken lightly under any circumstances. Lin Moyu kept this sentence firmly in his heart. And that's what he's doing. 13 skeleton warriors are killing around the world, and their experience is steadily rising. Compared to the previous level, this upgrade is faster, and it only took 50 minutes before and after. The number of skeleton warriors is more, the density of monsters is high, and the speed of killing monsters has not changed. That's why the upgrade speed doesn't slow down, but goes up. Lin Moyu analyzed his current situation. Now he has come to the depths of the novice quest, full of level 6 and 7 monsters. Only the highest level 8 monster did not appear. The concentration of monsters increases here, which also causes him to gain experience faster. The skeleton warrior is like a tireless gold medalist, knife by knife, constantly harvesting monster life. The only pity is that the monsters in the newbie quest do not drop anything. After all, this is a newbie copy, a place specifically for new professionals to adapt to real combat, which is very different from the wild. In the beginner quest, almost all monsters are weakened as a whole. The only monster here that has only level 8 has not been weakened, maintaining the same strength as wild monsters. When you reach level 8 and face a level 8 monster, you should already have considerable combat experience by then. After level 8, you will also leave the newbie quest. Therefore, the level 8 monster is just a connection, so that novice professionals can experience the intensity of wild monsters in advance. In this way, when you really go to the wild to fight monsters, you will not be in a hurry. As the upgraded light pillar appeared again, Lin Moyu finally reached level 5. Attributes increase, skills improve. The skeleton warrior's strength has also increased, and all attributes have increased by 100 points again. Kill level 7 brown bear, experience plus 70, kill level 7 brown bear. Experience plus 70. Skeleton warriors did not stop moving because of Lin Moyu's upgrade, they still tirelessly looked for monsters, and killed in seconds. From the moment Lin Moyu entered the copy, the skeleton warrior did not stop. Hey, the upgrade is slower. Lin Moyu found that after reaching level 5, the upgrade speed was greatly reduced. Originally, killing a level 7 brown bear at level 4 would give you about 0.2% of your experience. Just killing 500 is enough to upgrade. But after level 5, killing a level 7 brown bear can only bring 0.1% experience improvement. Then you have to kill 1000 to be able to upgrade. Upgrades are twice as slow. At this rate, it is difficult for the average professional to rise to level 12 in just 1 week. Even if you leave the copy and go to the outskirts of the West Sea, there will be not enough time. Xia Jing Academy is really difficult to take the exam, and I don't know how my sister rose to level 16 last year. Lin Moyu calculated in his heart that if he wanted to enter Xiajing Academy, he would have to be at least level 12. If you want to reach level 12 in a week, you must upgrade to level 8 in at least 3 days in the beginner dungeon. After level 8, go to the outskirts of Shihai City to hunt more advanced monsters. Only then will it be possible to rise to level 12 in a week. Thinking about it this way, Lin Mohan was able to rise to level 16 last year, which was really very fast. Lin Moyu released his skills, once again exhausted his spiritual power, and added 3 skeleton warriors. A full 16 skeleton warriors, constantly looking to kill monsters. For Lin Moyu, the time to find monsters is much higher than the time spent killing monsters. Isn't it just killing more than 1000 level monsters, and distributing them to 16 skeleton warriors? There are not many. In a maximum of more than an hour, he can rise to level 6. Who let him beat hands more? Lin Moyu kept advancing, and the skeleton warrior opened a way for him in front of him, finding out all the monsters hidden in the grass one by one. After walking for a while, the topography of the copy finally changed. The step came to an end, and a forest appeared ahead. Lin Moyu knew that this was the end of the newbie copy. The level 8 monsters in the quest are hidden in the woods. It has taken 6 hours and 42 minutes to enter the replica, less than 7 hours, and I am the only one who can reach the end of the quest. It's now just 7 hours since the quest opens, and most people are estimated to have only reached level 3. Even if it is Xia Shui, it is at most level 4, and it is not even level 4. Lin Moyu believes that his upgrade speed is faster than anyone else. He kept walking towards the woods, wanting to see how strong the level 8 monster that had not been weakened was. Not enough for their own skeleton warriors to fight. Or prepare yourself for tomorrow's trip to the wilderness. The skeleton warrior opened the way ahead and ran into the forest one step ahead of Lin Moyu. There is a clicking sound in the forest, and skeleton warriors run quickly through the forest in search of monsters. No blame. The skeleton warriors did not find the monster. Lin Moyu felt strange, and he also followed in. The moment he walked into the forest, a branch jerked over. The branches were like long whips, and lightning fell on Lin Moyu's body. The speed was so fast that Lin Moyu didn't have time to react. The branches, which seemed to be powerful, did not cause any harm to Lin Moyu. Lin Moyu didn't even feel the slightest, as if there was an invisible shield outside his body that protected him. Passive skill, damage transfer. Any damage he receives is automatically transferred to his summons. He will not take any damage until the summoner dies. When it is really a divine skill, it is not much worse than a god-level talent. Lin Moyu saw the owner of the branch, a large tree about 3 meters tall. Lin Moyu's fingertips glowed slightly, and the detection technique was released. Detection is a skill that everyone knows and can obtain some basic information. Long Whip Tree. Level 8. Introduction, usually dormant, it will attack passing beings. Why? Didn't the skeleton warrior attack when it ran over just now? Skeleton warriors are not lifeforms and have no breath of life. So the skeleton warrior does not cause an attack from the long whip tree. And when he came in, the long whip tree attacked himself. The long whip tree continued to attack Lin Moyu. Although it won't cause any harm, Lin Moyu is not a fool, and it is impossible to just stand like this and let you fight. Quickly retreated tens of meters and left the attack range of the long whip tree. The long whip tree did not move, and after Lin Moyu retreated, it stopped attacking. The long branches kept dancing, as if on alert. It's really well-intentioned. Lin Moyu understood the good intentions of the copy designer. From low-level monsters that have been greatly weakened, to level 8 monsters with the same strength as the outside world. I also selected the level 8 monster and chose such a plant-based monster that can sneak up and not move. The long whip tree has the characteristics of sneak attack, allowing novice professionals to experience the dangers of the wild early. The long whip tree cannot be moved, and there is no situation of chasing and killing professionals. Once there is danger, the novice professional can calmly retreat and get out of its attack range. Moreover, the attack range of the long whip tree is exactly the same as that of several ranged classes. This also cuts off the possibility of opportunism in remote careers. This design allows newbies to fight against real level 8 monsters in safety. The entire newbie quest is full of protecting newbies and nurturing newcomers. With as few casualties as possible, new recruits can adapt to actual combat and grow. With a sour click, the skeleton warrior ran back. A full 16 skeleton warriors guarded Lin Moyu like an army. Lin Mo's mind moved, and a skeleton warrior rushed towards the long whip tree. For non-living beings such as skeleton warriors, the long whip tree did not react in any way. It wasn't until the skeleton warrior took the lead and slashed at the tree with a large knife in his hand that the long whip tree began to fight back. The huge branches were like long whips on the skeleton warriors, making a metallic striking sound. The attack speed of the long whip tree was very fast, the branches danced like crazy, and 3 or 4 attacks fell on the skeleton warrior every second. However, the attributes of the skeleton warrior are too high, up to 550 physique, super thick health and defense. Tiny cracks appeared in the attacked bones, but they quickly recovered. Ha! Not killed in seconds. Lin Moyu was slightly surprised. Monsters from level 1 to 7 are the result of a one-knife kill, but when it comes to level 8 monsters, the situation changes. For the first time, the skeleton warrior failed to kill the target in seconds. Is this the intensity of wild monsters? See how many cuts you can withstand. 1 knife, 2 knives, 3 knives. After 4 cuts, the long whip tree stopped all movements. Kill level 8 long whip tree, experience plus 160. See the reminder, experience is much more than level 7 brown bear. Lin Moyu calculated that in terms of cost performance, killing level 7 monsters was more cost effective. After all, it is 1 knife 70 experience. A level 8 long whip tree requires 4 knives and only 160 experience. Looking high, in fact, the cost performance of a single knife has fallen. But also consider the issue of strange timing. If you waste all your time looking for monsters, it will not be cost-effective to find low-level monsters. Looking at the forest ahead, there are densely packed large trees, most of which are level 8 long whip trees. As long as you are careful, long whip trees can still be distinguished from ordinary trees. Here, there is no need to look for blame. There are hundreds of them seen by the eye alone. As a result, efficiency is greatly improved. This is simply a leveling treasure set up for him. Even Lin Moyu was a little excited at this time. As soon as the thought moved, the skeleton warriors immediately separated and rushed towards the various forests. The knives in their hands kept falling on the long whip tree. 4 knives in one piece, very crisp. Experience began to soar again. Everyone else's upgrade speed has greatly decreased after level 5, but Lin Moyu is getting faster and faster. It was originally expected to take more than 1 hour to complete the upgrade. As a result, after only 50 minutes, Lin Moyu had been upgraded to level 6. Outside the copy, it was getting dark. The time has come to 7 p.m. It's been a full 10 hours since I entered the copy at 9 a.m. Lu Yun and several principals, as well as Xia Dongyang, still did not move. They had been drinking tea for a day, and someone had brought it when they were eating. Several principals do this every year, and they keep watch on the first day students enter the newbie quest. Although accidents are rare, there is no guarantee that they will be completely free of them. Because it is an actual battle, injuries are inevitable, but there have been cases where students have died in newbie copies. Xia Dongyang did not leave, Xia Shui was in the copy, and he, the father, was also uneasy. Having missed his daughter's transfer ceremony, he didn't want to miss his daughter's first copy again. A brilliant light suddenly emanated from the entrance of the quest, and everyone looked up towards the entrance of the quest at the same time. Someone came out. The time has not yet arrived, it is difficult to have an accident. The quest has 2 entrances and exits, one is at the deepest part of the quest, which can be seen through the forest guarded by level 8 monsters. The other is where you enter the copy, from where you can also exit the copy. Lin Moyu walked out from the light. Lu Yun walked over quickly. Mou, why did you come out? Lin Moyu said softly, after killing, it will come out. Kill it all, and come out. These words made Lu Yun unable to understand for a while. Lin Moyu said too indifferently, and there was not even a little expression on his face. The next second, Lu Yun saw Lin Moyu's level. Lin Moyu, Necromancer, level 7. Was numb, and his expression was full of disbelief. You. Level 7. The. Same was true in the tone, Lu Yun even suspected that he was wrong. Shock took over the brain, and I couldn't react for a while. Something that had never happened before. In the past, the highest record was only level 5, but now Lin Moyu directly killed the copy with level 7. Just 10 hours. There are not enough monsters inside, otherwise you should be able to reach level 8. Teacher Lu, I want to apply to go to the outskirts of Shihai City. Lin Moyu looked like a matter of course, and at the same time applied to leave the city. No one expected that the monsters in the copy would be killed one day. Each time you re-enter the quest, the monsters inside will also reset. No one has ever been able to empty an entire quest of monsters in 12 hours. After all, this is a newbie copy, and those who enter it are newbies. A novice professional with few skills, weak combat power, and no experience. Especially the deepest level 8 monster, the strength is not low. It's really the same monster as the wild. Lin Moyu did it, and it only took less than 10 hours. Completely break the norm and break the record. Lu Yun thought a lot, anyway, he couldn't figure it out, and the whole person was shocked. Teacher Lu. Seeing that Lu Yun did not react, Lin Moyu shouted again, and reached out and waved in front of his eyes. After a while, Lu Yun finally came to his senses and promised in a loud voice, okay, good, I agree, I'll give you a certificate out of the city. You take a break first, and when the classmates are out, then send you back. Lin Moyu proved his strength with practical actions and was proved to be out of the city. His plans can also go smoothly. Lu Yun returned to the table, and the other principals looked at him curiously. Lao Lu, what happened to you just now? Why did that classmate come out early? Is there something wrong? Yes, he's not hurt. How did he come out alone, his teammates? Lu Yun drank 3 cups of tea in a row, and took 2 deep breaths before speaking. He is Lin Moyu. He opened the newbie copy and killed all the level 8 monsters. Shoo! Several principals gasped. Even Xia Dongyang, who was accustomed to strong winds and waves, was shocked at this time. They noticed that Lin Moyu itself was already level 7. If nothing else, 10 hours to upgrade from level 1 to level 7, that is already a skydifying upgrade speed. What's more, he can kill all the level 8 monsters in the copy, which is enough to show how strong Lin Moyu's combat power is. The hidden profession is really powerful. Xia Dongyang sighed. It can only be explained that Lin Moyu's profession is very powerful. If calculated according to this, the Necromancer class should surpass the rare profession currently known, and it is completely comparable to the legendary class. I don't know how strong the legendary class is, after all, we have never seen it. But rare classes we've all seen, not so efficient. I just don't know if I will still be so strong after coming up in rank. Indeed, for example, Xia Shui's awakened elemental mage this time was actually like this in the early stage, and it was not much different from other mage departments. But if you can obtain the passive skill of elemental enhancement, it is comparable to the legendary class. Several principals are from the past and have a lot of experience. I know that some professions are strong at the beginning, but when they come up, they start to weaken. And there are some professions, which are not good at the beginning, and when they come up, they become stronger and stronger. But also depends on skills and talent, and there are huge differences between the same professions. In hundreds of professions, it is difficult to say what kind of situation there are. Lu Yun glanced at Lin Moyu, who was meditating not far away, and also had some expectations in his heart. At least for now, Lin Moyu's necromancer profession is very powerful, and it seems that the future affairs will not belong to us. It is also said that if he can be admitted to Xiaojing Academy, it is the matter that Xiaojing Academy should manage. Xia Dongyang said, Xiao Xue has been competitive since she was a child, and I am afraid that she will be hit this time. Lu Yun couldn't help laughing. Not only this time, you are often not at home. In fact, in recent years, Lin Moyu's achievements have been pressing Xia Xue, and Xia Xue has been the second oldest for 3 years. Something like this. Xia Dongyang smiled bitterly. Xia Xue had never told herself. He understood his daughter's temper, and the more he didn't say it, the greater the pressure in his heart. Lin Moyu restored his spiritual power through meditation. At this time, the number of his skeleton warriors had reached 24, but there were 70 positions in the summoning space. The number of skeleton warriors is only 1/3. It will take him a lot of time to fill the remaining positions. It's 9 p.m. Xia Xue was also excited. After a day of fighting, she is already level 5, tying the record for the highest number of novice dungeons. I definitely won't lose this time. The highest record is level 5, and I have already tied the highest record. Where did that guy go? After coming out, he didn't see Lin Moyu, and a pair of beautiful eyes searched around before seeing Lin Moyu, who was meditating in the distance. When did he come out? Then her eyes were round, as if she had been electrocuted, and she froze in place, and her whole body was numb. How is it possible? How did he get to level 7? Xiao Xue. Xia Dongyang's voice pulled Xia Xue back to her soul. Dad, why are you here? Xia Xue walked in front of Xia Dongyang and shouted obediently. At this time, Xia Xue did not look a little arrogant. Xia Dongyang had pampering in his eyes. Let's go back. Xia Dongyang came by car, and he didn't need to go back with the Shuexian bus. Xia Xue followed Xia Dongyang into the car, but her eyes couldn't stop looking at Lin Moyu. She really wanted to see through Lin Moyu, and really wanted to know how this guy got to level 7. Xia Dongyang noticed his daughter's eyes. Are you competing with Lin Moyu? Xia Xue was like a deflated leather ball. Yes, I lost again. This guy is so hateful. Xia Dongyang laughed. Do you want Dad to solve it? Don't. Before Xia Dongyang finished speaking, Xia Xue had already decisively refused. My own business, I will solve it myself. I will not lose to this nerd all the time. Xia Xue snorted, and the fighting intent in her eyes burned. Xia Dongyang smiled even more happily. Okay, then Dad doesn't care. But Dad wants to tell you that Lin Moyu came out in 10 hours, and he killed all the level 8 monsters in the newbie copy. Xia Xue was stunned again. Killed all the level 8 monsters. She thought that she had just reached the area of a level 7 monster, and she had never even seen what a level 8 monster was like. She felt that she could single out a level 7 monster at level 5, which was already very powerful. Unexpectedly, Lin Moyu actually killed all the level 8 monsters and came out 2 hours early. In this way, if the number of level 8 monsters is more, maybe this guy will directly rise to level 8. Is there such a big gap between me and him? Even if Xia Shui didn't admit defeat, she was a little frustrated now. Xia Dongyang said, each profession has its own specialty, some professions are powerful when they are low level, and some professions will exert their strength later. Momentary victory or defeat is nothing, compared to him, you have an advantage. Xia Shui understood the meaning of Xia Dongyang's words. Her advantage is family status, enough money, enough resources. Whether it is props, equipment, skills, there is no shortage of items. And people like Lin Moyu, who have no money and no power, lack money, lack of equipment, lack of skills and props in the back. Anyway, I won't admit defeat, even if I am ahead of you now, I will surpass you in the future. Xia Shui only decayed for 2 minutes and ignited her fighting spirit again. Xia Dongyang is very satisfied, this is what his daughter should look like. On the school bus, Gao Yang specially sat with Xia Dongyang, I'm already level 4, it's amazing. It's very happy to brush monsters with your sister, and it's much more fun than your single brush. Lin Moyu looked at this second goods, and asked him where he would not be happy. I'll go, I didn't pay attention just now, you're all level 7, how did you practice? Did you empty all the monsters in the quest? I fought hard to fight to level 4, how did you come to level 7, are you an immortal? Gao Yang's voice was particularly loud, and the entire bus could hear it. At this time, everyone noticed that Lin Moyu was really level 7. When everyone was about level 3, and level 4 was very good, Lin Moyu had already reached level 7. All of a sudden, the bus became lively. Although many people were still afraid of Lin Moyu, afraid of the skeleton warriors he summoned. But being close to the strong is also a normal psychology for many people. Some people want to talk to Lin Moyu and contact the feelings of classmates. But Lin Moyu's silent appearance, coupled with the horror of the skeleton warrior, still made them hesitate. Quiet. Lu Yun let out a low sigh, and the bus that had just become noisy suddenly quieted down again. Gao Yang touched his head, I was so excited just now, boss, can you take me to level up? Lin Moyu said, if you have the opportunity, you can. Gao Yang was overjoyed, then it settled. Early the next morning, Gao Yang couldn't find Lin Moyu at the school gate. Teacher Lu, why didn't Lin Moyu come? Lu Yun said, he went to the outskirts of Shihai City. Huh? Gao Yang then realized that he was tricked by Lin Moyu, no wonder he promised so happily yesterday. He couldn't help but let out a scream, Lin Moyu, you pit me. I originally turned my heart to the bright moon, but the bright moon shines in the ditch, I am not finished with you, I want to duel with you. Lin Moyu had already arrived in the south of Shihai City in a car. The tall walls stretched across here, separating the Terran living area from the monster area. Leaving the walls will take you into the wild monster zone, where the weakest monsters are level 10. Compared to the monsters in the newbie quest, the monsters here are much stronger. Similarly, you can gain more experience by fighting monsters here, and you can also harvest various materials. With a bit of luck, some monsters will even drop weapons and equipment. These things can be used for their own use or sold for money. The streets at the entrance and exit of the city wall are lined with shops. Blacksmith shops, weapons shops, jewelry shops, armor shops and much more. The most important of these is the Xinxia Empire Exchange. The exchange was officially opened by the Xinxia Empire and spread throughout the country's large, medium and small cities. On the exchange, you can freely buy and sell everything from equipment to materials. That is, you can sell things directly to the exchange, or you can consign them on the exchange. In addition to buying and selling equipment, various tasks can be handed over on the exchange. Lin Moyu was still the first time to come to the exchange, and he had only seen it in books before. In the Xinxia Empire Exchange, hundreds of half-human tall stone pillars were erected. Above each stone pillar is a magic crystal, and all the functions of the exchange can be completed through this magic crystal. The exchange is also known as the highest skill embodiment of god-level alchemy. Lin Moyu found a position that was still empty and put his hand on the magic crystal. Start authentication. Authentication successful, Xinxia Empire National, Lin Moyu. The use of the Xinxia Imperial Exchange is allowed. Contribution, 0. Authority, level 1. The monster levels on the outskirts of Shihai City are concentrated between level 10 and 20, and belong to the low-level area. The number of related tasks is not too large, most of them are tasks to collect materials. Unlimited recycling of green buds, each recycling price of 50 gold coins. Unlimited recycling of black fur wolf skins, each recycling price is 20 gold coins. Unlimited return of animal bones, each recovery price is 30 gold coins. Alchemists, blacksmiths and other life professions will need a lot of materials for skill training. They will process the material into useful items and sell them to earn some income. During skills training, life professionals can also upgrade their ranks. In this way, a good cycle is formed, and even life professionals have a good room for development. Well, this task. Kind of interesting. Raid the level 14 West Sea Mine quest and get the quest boss, the crystal nucleus of the Goblin King. Note, quest bosses with nightmare level or higher difficulty are required to drop. The reward given by the mission is 100,000 gold. To be able to get such a price, it is obviously a difficult task. The Shihai mine is located in the south of Shihai City, which is a distance of more than 50 kilometers. Lin Moyu didn't plan to go, a level 14 copy, a minimum of level 10 to enter the copy, his current level is not enough. The quest difficulty can be divided into normal, nightmare, and hell. How difficult the nightmare level is, Lin Mo is not clear. According to the description in the book, the nightmare level difficulty is at least several times more difficult than the normal level. Without a strong team, it is basically impossible to attack. As for the hellish level difficulty, it is not something that ordinary professionals can go to. Lin Moyu left the exchange after watching the meeting and came to the city gate. Lin Moyu, level 7, Necromancer. The city gate guard took the certificate of leaving the city given by Lin Mo to confirm Lin Mo's information. Although he was very puzzled, how could the 7th grade school agree to the other party going out of the city? You must know that the monsters outside the city are also at least level 10 starters. With a difference of 3 levels, it is dangerous. However, going out of the city proved to be true, and the gate guards quickly passed the verification. Your certificate of leaving the city has taken effect. Unless there are special circumstances, you can freely enter and exit the major cities of my Xinxia Empire in the future. There are many monsters outside, pay attention to safety, and be careful in everything. If you can't do it, run back quickly, it doesn't matter if you lose face or not, your life is important. Especially at night, some monsters will specifically pick the night to carry out sneak attacks. The city gate guard kindly instructed Lin Moyu. Lin Moyu saluted him slightly, "Thank you, I'll be careful." Walking out of the city gates, a cold wind blew in my face. The sky suddenly darkened by several minutes, and the air was filled with an oppressive atmosphere. The city is like 2 worlds. This wall is not simple. A wall divides 2 worlds. Lin Moyu walked forward and quickly disappeared into the wilderness. The air became more and more oppressive, and it seemed to smell of bloodthirst. From time to time, the roar of the beast can be heard from afar. Occasionally, you can see people fighting monsters here. Basically, they are occupations above level 10. The city wall behind him was long gone, and the sight was shrouded in a thin layer of fog. As soon as his mind moved, a skeleton warrior walked out of the summoning space. At this time, there were a total of 28 skeleton warriors in the summoning space, and after recovering his spiritual power through meditation last night, Lin Moyu summoned 4 more skeleton warriors. Lin Moyu looked at a monster 20 meters away. "Go, kill the monster in front." The skeleton warrior suddenly ran over with a click. At the same time, Lin Moyu also threw a detection technique over. Goblin Patrol, level 10, Strength 120, Agility 50, Spirit 50. Physique 120. Skill, none. A level 10. Goblin Patrol with a hideous face and a mace. This monster is dominated by strength, and its agility and spirit are pitifully low. The physique is good, indicating that the skin is rough and the flesh is thick. But this attribute is simply small compared to the skeleton warriors whose 4-dimensional attributes have reached 750. Here, the main monster is the Goblin clan. They occupy a very large area, all the way to the West Sea Mines, 50 kilometers away, which belong to the territory of the Goblin group. The skeleton warrior had rushed in front of the goblin in the blink of an eye. The goblin noticed the skeleton warrior and attacked first, and the mace smashed over with a sound of breaking wind. The skeleton warrior was directly hit by the mace without dodging or evading, making a loud bang. The strength of the goblin patrol was so great that even the skeleton warrior couldn't help but shake a little. But that's all, the skeleton warrior has already raised the tattered big knife in his hand and slashed over. Chapter 15, On the Rampage, No One Can Stop. After killing a goblin patrolman, Lin Moyu already knew the strength of the level 10 monster. In general, there is not much difference between monsters of the same level. As soon as his mind moved, all 28 skeleton warriors were released. As in the beginner quest, the skeleton warriors quickly dispersed and began to search for their enemies. The density of monsters in the wild area far exceeded that of the novice dungeon, and Lin Moyu's experience began to rise rapidly again, faster than in the novice dungeon. Kill level 10 goblin patrols, experience plus 300. Get goblin bones. Kill level 10 terrifying grey wolves, experience plus 280. Get wolf skins. The reminder began to brush the screen like a barrage, and Lin Moyu was a little dazzled. At this rate, going up to level 8 is a matter of less than 1 hour at most. It's right. Lin Moyu clenched his fists, and his heart was also a little excited. At this rate, it should not be a problem to reach level 15 before the big exam. As for the higher, it is difficult to say, it depends on the experience change after level 10. The skeleton warriors scattered forward, which also attracted the attention of some professionals. When they first saw the skeleton warrior, they thought it was some kind of monster. After using the detection technique, it was found that it was a summon. It's just that this summon is too strong, and killing a level 10 monster is as simple as chopping melons and cutting vegetables. There are already people who want to find the summon master through the skeleton warrior. Fortunately, the skeleton warrior was far away, and Lin Moyu remotely recovered the skeleton warrior, leaving the other party without a trace. Lin Moyu changed direction and left the wilderness and walked into the forest. The forest terrain is complex, the vision is worse, and it is often attacked by monsters, which is more dangerous. So most people don't like to go into the forest. The skeleton warriors all scattered and roamed through the forest, and the complex terrain had no effect on them. Lin Moyu's mind also gradually formed a topographic map, and every grass and tree was clear. An hour later, an upgrade light appeared on Lin Moyu's body. His level reached level 8. The skeleton warriors are constantly killing one monster after another. A steady stream of experience and materials are brought to Lin Moyu. No one has ever been able to level up as easily as he did. The mage's spiritual power will be drained. Knights are also exhausted after long battles. Any profession requires rest and recovery. Skeleton warriors are not needed. As long as they are alive and not scattered, they can move forever. No wonder. Lin Moyu looked at the empty grove. It's just over an hour, and the monsters inside have been emptied by him. Lin Moyu had to leave the grove and walk towards a deeper place. Unconsciously, he was getting farther and farther away from Shihai City. Along the way, brushing monsters is no longer limited to level 10 monsters. Level 11, level 12 and even level 13 monsters can also be killed casually. At most, the skeleton warrior will slash a few more times. The skeleton warrior physique is there, you can't cut me, but I can hack you to death. It's that simple. The level 8 characters carried a group of skeleton warriors with super high attributes, and where Lin Moyu passed, not a single monster survived. By the afternoon, Lin Moyu's experience had reached level 9, 99.0, only one step away from level 10. At this time, the number of skeletons has reached 40, like a tired and terrible army, rampaging through this area, no one can beat it. You can learn new skills at level 10, but unfortunately I don't have a skill scroll. It seems that you can only use the talent skill first. Fortunately, the talent skill is strong enough. Even if you don't have new skills, it doesn't affect leveling. Professionals learn new skills every 10 levels. There are 3 ways to learn skills, one is to teach by a mentor, the other is to learn through skill books, and the third is to learn using skill scrolls. Hidden professions like Lin Moyu are basically taught without mentors. And he is also the only sex profession, and there is no skill book for him to study. The only way to do this is through the skill scroll. Skill scrolls can be purchased on exchanges, and beginner skill scrolls used by professionals below level 20 are sold for 100,000 gold coins each. Very expensive. Using skill scrolls allows you to randomly acquire the skills of the class, but there is also a more troublesome problem. The skills learned by the skill scroll are random, and it is also possible to learn skills that have already been learned. If such an oolong event occurs, 100,000 gold coins will be lost. What's more, there will be more advanced intermediate skill scrolls and advanced skill scrolls in the future, and the price is even more astronomical. Lin Moyu wants to learn new skills in this profession, which is the only way. As Lin Mo pondered, the light of upgrading lit up again. Finally reached level 10. Name, Lin Moyu. Class, Necromancer, only. Level, 10, 0%. Strength, 100, Agility, 100, Spirit, 300, Physique, 100. Equipment, none. Summoning space, 40/100. Skeleton Warrior, number, 40, talent, full increase, level 2, unique, passive skill, damage transfer. Active skill, Soul Flame, level 10, summon Skeleton Warrior, level 10. Full increase, level 2. The effect of all skills is increased by 20 times. Damage transfer, all damage taken by the wizard himself is borne by the summon. Soul Flame, level 10 burns the target's soul, causing burning damage, and the power is determined according to its spiritual power and skill level. Summon Skeleton Warrior, level 10, summon a bronze level Skeleton Warrior. Lin Moyu looked at his upgraded attributes, strength and agility did not change much, each upgrade will increase by 10 points, very stable. However, the spiritual power directly reached 300 points, a full increase of 120 points. It is said that there will be a big increase in attributes after level 10, I belong to the mage profession, and the biggest change is spiritual power. Then he saw the change in his skills, and the whole person became excited. The talent became stronger again, from a 10x increase to a 20x increase. Even if nothing remains the same, the combat power of the Skeleton Warrior is increased many times. What's more, the level of the Skeleton Warrior has also changed, from a black iron Skeleton Warrior to a bronze Skeleton Warrior. Lin Moyu couldn't wait to summon a Skeleton Warrior. The gray color on the bronze level Skeleton Warrior has disappeared, replaced by a blue-white color. The cracks on his body also disappeared almost completely, and even the knife in his hand lit up a little. At least not like it was picked up in the garbage heap. Bronze Skeleton Warrior. Strength, 3000, Agility, 3000, Spirit, 3000, Physique, 3000. Skill, Berserk Strike, level 1, Berserk Strike, level 1. Deals 200% damage to the target with a cooldown of 10 minutes. Is still a 4-dimensional equilibrium attribute, and the basic attribute reaches 150 points. After a 20x increase across the board, all attributes reached a staggering 3000 points. With the information Lin Moyu currently has, it is no longer possible to judge how many levels of professions this attribute is comparable to. But with this attribute, in this area, Lin Moyu can completely walk sideways. In addition, a skill has been added that gives the Skeleton Warrior the ability to burst instantly. Is this a trick fresh, eat all over the sky? Lin Moyu thought of a sentence from his previous life. You don't need any complicated and flashy skills, just 1 or 2 practical and powerful skills are enough to dominate the world. This is the case with him now, that is, without the magnificent spells of the mages. There is also no dazzling combat skills of the warriors. Just with these skills he has now, he dares to say that someone below level 20 cannot be his opponent. Level 10 defeats level 20, it is impossible for others, for him, it is not difficult. With the attributes of a Skeleton Warrior, coupled with his passive skills, even if he stood and let a level 20 person fight, it would take a long time to kill him. Lin Moyu was about to continue summoning a bronze-level Skeleton Warrior when a sound of breaking wind sounded, followed by a sharp arrow flying in front of his eyes. Swish! Again several sharp arrows flew in front of him. One of the arrows hit him. An invisible film appeared, blocking the sharp arrow. The passive skill was automatically activated, and all the damage was transferred to the Skeleton Warrior, and Lin Moyu was not injured. Under attack. Lin Moyu received a reminder, and at the same time a red light appeared in the eyes of the Skeleton Warrior, and he had entered a state of alert. A man in black ran out of the woods, running fast and with a good agility attribute. Lin Moyu felt that it should be an assassin class. She saw Lin Moyu, quickly turned around and ran to the other side, disappearing in the blink of an eye. 2 seconds after the man in black left, someone chased after him. The two people, looking at the costume, Lin Moyu probably judged each other's occupation. Archer, and a mage. Needless to say, a few arrows were shot by archers just now, and if it weren't for Lin Moyu's passive skill of damage transfer, he would definitely be injured now. The two also ignored Lin Moyu and quickly chased forward. Lin Moyu's eyes flickered. Wrong direction. The men in black have changed directions here, they chased the wrong one, and they are doomed to return in vain. Sure enough, just a few seconds later, the two retreated. The mage began to use the skill, and after Lin Moyu felt a gust of wind blowing around. For a few seconds, the mage sighed, that guy is very cunning and has already escaped. The archer said, it's okay, he only escaped for a while, and he will always be caught. Then he looked at Lin Moyu, little fellow, did a man in black pass by just now? Lin Moyu did not answer, but said in a low voice, your arrow hit me, apologize. The archer looked at the arrow on the ground and understood, I'm sorry. Lin Moyu waved his hand, let's not take an example. The archer had the illusion that Lin Moyu was looking down on him from above. The mage looked gloomy, obviously being fled by the other party, and he was very unhappy. He turned his head to look at the skeleton warrior beside Lin Moyu. Immortal summons. There was a hint of disgust in his eyes, and the staff in his hand was slowly raised. The skeleton warrior's eyes glowed red, and he had already entered a fighting stance. The archer suddenly grabbed the mage and whispered, don't cause trouble. The mage's eyes rolled around, and finally he put down his staff, got it. Looking at the two who retreated, Lin Moyu said lightly, count you lucky. Although there is no detection technique, judging from the power of the arrow just now, the attack power is not great. The level of these two people will not be too high, at most about 20 levels. If he wanted to do something to himself, Lin Moyu felt that he might have to kill someone. He is not the virgin, he was bullied to the head, and he was absolutely returned 100-fold. When the mage raised his staff just now, Lin Moyu had already withdrawn all the skeleton warriors into the summoning space. You can surround them in an instant. Once they do it, they will definitely be cut into corpses. Kill level 10 Goblin Patrol, XP plus 300, kill level 11 Goblin Soldier, XP plus 350. Get Goblin Bones. Tips are coming in like a splash, and experience is rising rapidly. 44 Bronze level Skeleton Warriors kill monsters in the forest. As his skills improved, Lin Moyu once again enjoyed the thrill of a second kill. These Bronze level Skeleton Warriors kill level 10, and level 11 Goblin monsters are all single-handedly killed. The efficiency has increased again, starting from level 10, the experience requirement for upgrading has increased again, and it has increased by nearly 3 times. Upgrades are getting slower and slower. According to this calculation, it takes at least 5,000 goblin monsters to kill enough for Lin Moyu to upgrade to 1 level. The skeleton warriors are tireless, killing all the way, but they are still a little worse. Until night fell, Lin Moyu was still 30% short of level 11 experience. Lin Moyu built a bonfire in the forest, eating food brought from home. He didn't plan to go back, time was limited and he couldn't waste it on the road. At the current rate of upgrade, it will almost be able to rise to level 13 tomorrow, and it is not clear whether it can reach level 15 the day after tomorrow. After level 15, the upgrade speed will drop further, and you will have to leave a day to rush back. In this way, I will go up to level 16 at most. How was my sister upgrading at that time, and my sister's upgrade speed could not have surpassed me. My sister is a rare professional elf summoner, and the leveling speed should be similar to Xia Shui. I must have overlooked something. Lin Moyu pondered in his memory, thinking about the knowledge he learned from school, and then judging it in combination with Lin Mohan's action path at that time. Suddenly he realized something. Replica of the West Sea Mine. Could it be that my sister teamed up with someone to make a copy? And at least a nightmare-level copy. The nightmare-level dungeons are all enhanced elite monsters, and there must be a lot of experience. So my sister was injured that time and was treated. That's right, it must be. Lin Moyu clenched his fists, feeling that he should have guessed correctly. I'll check it out tomorrow. I made up my mind. The night was getting deeper and deeper, and the monsters with a radius of 500 meters around him had been emptied. The skeleton warrior hides in the darkness of the night, and he begins to meditate. With 44 skeleton warriors to protect, plus passive skills existing, there is no need to worry about security at all. The forest is not completely quiet at night, and occasionally there is the sound of wolves howling in the distance. There is also some rustling of leaves driven by the wind, which is a little eerie. The temperature in the place where Lin Moyu is located is lower than other places, and the presence of skeleton warriors makes the night wind turn into a yin wind. In the middle of the night, a skeleton warrior suddenly issued a warning, and Lin Moyu woke up from meditation. The skeleton warrior noticed someone coming towards his location. Is it a professional who came to level up? There are not many people who come to the forest in the middle of the night to level up, could it be that they are lost? Lin Moyu did not move, but his heart had already raised his vigilance. Outside, everything should not be taken lightly. The fire is the best guiding light at night. Soon someone appeared in Lin Moyu's sight. It's her. Lin Moyu had seen her in the afternoon, the man in black who had escaped. Is there anything to eat? The voice of the man in black is very good. A pair of large eyes are also bright and clear in the firelight. Lin Moyu took out a piece of sweet potato and handed it over. The only food he prepared was sweet potatoes and some water. The man in black did not dislike, took off the mask and gulped, it seemed that he was really hungry. Behind the mask is a very delicate little face, which looks only 18 or 9 years old, exuding the breath of youth. Lin Mo mistakenly did not use the detection technique, and it was very impolite to use the detection technique on strangers, and even attracted hostility. Thanks. Before a word could be spoken, the whole person coughed violently. She was choking while eating sweet potatoes while talking to Lin Moyu. Lin Moyu took out a bottle of water and handed it over. The man in black took a few sips, and only then did he breathe well. Thank you. She finally made her words clear, and Lin Moyu only bowed her head slightly, indicating that she didn't need to thank you. The man in black ate the sweet potato bite by bite. Lin Mo said nothing was a problem, and the atmosphere fell into a strange silence. She didn't eat fast, and her movements were elegant. When eating, a pair of beautiful eyes looked at Lin Moyu from time to time, and there was a shimmer in his eyes, not knowing what he was thinking. After eating, she finally spoke, "What's your name?" Seeing that Lin Moyu did not answer, she continued, "Don't like to talk." "Well, we use each other's probing." Lin Moyu thought for a moment and nodded in agreement. The fingertips of the two shimmered at the same time, and they used detection techniques towards each other. Lin Moyu was stunned for a moment, the detection technique failed, and he didn't get any information. The man in black suddenly laughed, looking like he had succeeded in his trick. Hee, is there nothing? It turns out that your name is Lin Moyu, level 10, and your occupation is Necromancer. I've never heard of this profession, it's strange. I saw that there seems to be a skeleton next to you in the afternoon, is that your summoning? Immortal summons, rare. Her words suddenly increased, sentence after sentence. Why don't you talk? Don't tell me you're dumb, it doesn't look like it. Lin Moyu looked at her and asked lightly, why? She seemed to have seen a new world, her little face full of surprise. It turns out that you can really talk. Why? Lin Moyu looked at her and asked again. Her smile remained the same. You can ask why the detection technique failed, because of this. She took out a prop that looked like a badge. This is called a shielding badge. As long as you wear it, the level does not exceed your level 10, and the detection technique on you will be invalidated. She put the shielding badge away. I'll try it again on me now. Lin Moyu nodded and threw out a detection technique. This time it worked. Ning Yi, level 19, Shadow Assassin. A. Fresh breeze blew, Ning Yi's smile disappeared instantly, and Lin Moyu also looked to the side. Lin Moyu has already discovered people through the skeleton warriors. In addition to the archers and mages I saw today, there is now another knight with a sword and shield on his back. 3 people, from different directions, surrounded them. Ning Yi frowned, and her delicate little face was also twisted. Endlessly, isn't it just an intermediate skill scroll? It's been chasing me for a few days, and I haven't given up yet. Ning Yi stomped his foot hard and said to Lin Mo, I'm leaving, I'll have the opportunity to play with you again in the future. Whoosh! A sharp arrow shot from the darkness, and Ning Yi reacted quickly and dodged sideways in an instant. The sharp arrow exploded with a bang, and it turned into 2 streams of light and fell on Lin Moyu and Ning Yi respectively. A huge mark suddenly appeared above Lin Moyu and Ning Yi's heads, shining in the dark night, looking like a bright headlamp. Oops, mark the arrow. Ning Yi's little face turned white, she knew that things were in trouble. Lin Moyu thought of the description of the marked arrow. This is a skill of archers that marks targets so that they become visible and cannot enter stealth. Marker arrows are effective for assassin classes and limit the assassin's stealth skills. And when raiding the quest, it can also be used to deal with some stealth monsters. Marked by archers, stealth skills are limited, and it is difficult to escape again. You can't escape this time. A sneer sounded, and the mage he had seen today walked out of the forest. On the other side, archers are standing in trees. On one side, the knight has also arrived. The mage held the staff, and his icy gaze swept over Lin Moyu and Ning Yi. I knew you were in a gang. The filthy rat-like assassin paired with the evil and dark undead summoner is a good pair. A shimmer flashed in Ning Yi's hand, and a dagger with a blue glow had appeared in his hand. He has nothing to do with this matter. I will give you the skill scroll, and we will go our own way. The archer on the tree smiled. If it was a day ago, it would have been fine, but now, we think it is safer to kill you. The mage followed. Dead people are the safest, so that no one knows that we have intermediate skill scrolls, saving us a lot of trouble. Ning Yi whispered, I'll drag them down in a while, and you can run by yourself. Lin Moyu looked at her. What about you? I'm a shadow assassin, night is my home turf, and I naturally have a way to get out. Lin Moyu knew that Ning Yi was just talking, and if Ning Yi really fought, he wouldn't have run away today. Obviously, the opponent is stronger. As a shadow assassin, you may have been able to get out before, but now that you have hit the archer's marked arrow, your stealth skill is invalid, and it is difficult to get out again. The archer said in a deep voice, the night is long and dreamy, don't waste time, let's do it. The mage raised his staff. Not only will you die today, but this little guy will die as well. The staff burst into brilliant light, and a huge ball of light rose into the sky, illuminating the surroundings like daylight. Illumination. The mage's illumination spell can not only be used to illuminate, but also dispel darkness and increase the mage's spell hit rate. Most importantly, illumination can also restrain the assassin's stealth skills. This also made Ning Yi even more uncomfortable. It's going to be desperate. The light in Ning Yi's hand flashed, and a cyan dagger had appeared in his hand, and his whole body was tense. The big eyes narrowed slightly, his gaze became sharp, and he began to look for opportunities. The archer standing in the tree is already full of bows and will shoot at any moment. The knight also removed his sword and shield and assumed the posture of the charging skill. The mage's staff is shining. The three surrounded each other, leaving no chance for Ning Yi to escape. At this time, Lin Moyu's fingers raised slightly, and a skeleton warrior appeared in front of him. Cut, in vain. The mage showed a hint of disdain, as well as a thick disgust. Big fireball. The mage drank lightly, and a huge fireball with a diameter of 1 meter appeared out of thin air, shooting towards the two with raging flames. The big fireball can only be mastered by mages at level 20, and it is extremely powerful. Once hit, it is not dead or injured. Hide. Ning Yi's pretty face changed, and he immediately pulled Lin Moyu back. While the mage sent out a large fireball, he instantly released a spiritual power entwined. Ning Yi was pulling Lin Moyu back, and suddenly felt that his body was heavy, and his speed suddenly slowed down. An invisible thin line of spiritual power was extending from the staff and wrapped around the feet of the two. At the same time that Ning Yi was entangled in spiritual power, the archer also moved. The bowstring buzzed and an arrow was fired. The arrow turned into 3 halfway through. 3 consecutive pearls. One of the archer's techniques, 1 arrow turns into 3, which can deal 3x the attack. At this time, the knight also launched a charge and rushed towards the two at an amazing speed. It's over. Ning Yi's face turned pale. She suddenly pushed Lin Moyu away forcefully, pushing him out of range. At this moment, 2 skeleton warriors appeared on the left and right sides of Ning Yi. The 3 skeleton warriors were like 3 shields, firmly protecting Ning Yi. The mage's large fireball landed on the skeleton warrior and exploded with a bang, bursting into flames in the sky. The archer's triple bead fell on the skeleton warrior, making a metallic crashing sound. The knight also collided with the skeleton warrior at this time, and the skeleton warrior did not move, but the knight was shocked and flew out. In the firelight, the skeleton warrior slowly walked out, full of blue and white light, without any appearance of injury. How is this possible? When the mage saw this scene, he couldn't believe it. He had already checked with control techniques, and Lin Moyu was only a level 10 necromancer. The level of the summon cannot exceed that of the necromancer itself, and it is only level 10. With his own level 21 strength, he can't kill the other party in seconds. The archers and knights were also stunned. What kind of summoning thing was this? It turned out to be so strong. Click. Click. With the sound of tooth acid rubbing, skeleton warriors appeared all around. A full 44 skeleton warriors surrounded the 3 of them. Only the 3 people were stunned, but Ning Yi was also stunned. With wide eyes and a small mouth, I couldn't believe it. Today she had seen Lin Moyu's skeleton warrior. The skeleton warrior who is only level 10 still has many cracks in his body, and the weapons in his hands are also worn. It just looks vulnerable. How could it be so strong? The mage's level 20 skill can't even hurt it. The archer's triple bead, the knight's charge, cannot cause damage to it. Is this really a level 10 summon? Strong is a bit excessive. And the quantity. Clusters of fire lit up in the dark night, and skeleton warriors appeared silently, enveloping them. Lin Mo didn't say much, and he walked back to Ningyi with killing intent in his eyes. Kill. As soon as his mind moved, the skeleton warrior suddenly activated. The mage's face changed drastically, the staff shook, and a shield suddenly appeared on his body. Energy shield. The mage's signature skills. The higher the mage level, the stronger the skill and the stronger the energy shield. It is said that those god-level mages holding up their shields can be safe under the blows of the forbidden spell. Mages are less agile and do not move quickly, and it is impossible to be as flexible as archers. And now surrounded by skeleton warriors, there is no room for him to dodge. The skeleton warrior's hand rose and fell, and the energy shield suddenly distorted violently. The mage's face changed drastically, and with just one sword, his energy shield was almost broken. What attributes do these skeletons have, and the attack power is so terrifying? There was no time for him to think more, and the knife of the second skeleton warrior also fell. The energy shield broke in response to the sound, turning into 10,000 points of starlight and dissipating. Resist the ring of fire. The mage released a skill again, and a huge ring of fire erupted, and several skeletons that approached were suddenly pushed out by the ring of fire more than 10 meters away. There was no time to rejoice for a second, and there was darkness in front of him, and two skeletons had jumped overhead. The sword light flashed, and the mage's head soared into the sky. In less than 2 seconds, the mage died. The archers were also chased and killed by the skeleton warriors at this time, and they were very embarrassed. Witnessing the mage being killed, his eyes were filled with fear. He is much more flexible than mages, but he is still much worse than skeleton warriors with agility up to 3,000 points. He constantly uses dodge skills in an attempt to escape the encirclement of skeleton warriors. Unfortunately, repeated efforts have finally come to naught. As the skeleton warrior pressed closer, there was less and less room for him to maneuver. Compared to dead mages and dying archers, knights are in a much better position. The knight was glowing like a light bulb, and he launched his charging skill again and ran towards the distance. This layer of light was stronger than the mage's energy shield, protecting him firmly. Even if the skeleton warrior's knife falls on him, it cannot cause him harm. It's extreme defense. I didn't expect this knight to master this skill. Lin Moyu thought of the knowledge of this skill. This is one of the core skills of a knight. Once launched, the defense will become extremely strong in a short period of time. I don't know how strong it is. Someone has tried. A level 20 knight is performing extreme defense, and can withstand the attack of a level 40 mage. Although it can only withstand a while, it is enough to show how strong the extreme defense skill is. A knight who masters extreme defense and a knight who does not master extreme defense are like two classes. However, extreme defense is not such an easy skill to learn. There is no corresponding skill book. You can only use skill scrolls to learn. There's a lot of randomness. The knight frantically escapes against extreme defense. There was a scream behind him, and he knew that the archer was also dead. The mage and archer died in quick succession, and he was completely terrified. How could these skeleton warriors be so terrifying? I already knew that he wouldn't come, and it wasn't worth losing his life for Zhang intermediate skill scroll. Use skills. Block him, don't let him escape. Lin Moyu gave the order. It is impossible for him to let the knight escape. Since he kills, he will kill it clean. Red light appeared on the skeleton warrior's knife at the same time. Rage hit. Deals 200% damage to the target. Skeleton warriors with a strength of up to 3,000 points will suddenly double their damage power after using their skills. Also uses skills. The knight is revenant. The skeleton warrior is terrifying enough, and he even uses skills, which is against the sky. The large knife flashing red fell on the knight. The white light on the knight's body suddenly dimmed a lot. Then the second one, the third one. The duration of the extreme defense is 1 minute, and this is in the absence of attack. The more intense the attack, the shorter the duration of the extreme defense. One by one, the skeleton warriors desperately came up to launch their skills, and the duration of extreme defense was drastically shortening. And more skeleton warriors have surrounded them, cutting off the knight's retreat. Very desperate. More than 10 seconds later, the knight was unwilling to be divided by the skeleton warrior. Either don't do it, don't be soft when you do it. This is also what Lin Moyu told Lin Moyu, and Lin Moyu also did this. All dead. Ning Yi has not reacted until now. From the beginning to the end of the battle, it takes only about 20 seconds. All three have already been killed. And the initiator didn't even move, just stood here. Lin Moyu nodded. Ning Yi was right, they were indeed dead. The skeleton warrior ran back, holding a lot of things. When a professional dies, the contents of the storage space fall out. The skeleton warriors picked them all up. Bronze level Carmen Staff, Spirit plus 20, can increase the power of mage skills by 5%, available after level 18. Bronze level Carmen Battle Bow, Agility plus 20, increase the power of bow and arrow skills by 5%, available after level 18. Bronze level Carmen Sword, Strength plus 10, Physique plus 10, increase the power of offensive skills by 5%, available after level 18. Bronze level Carmen Shield, Physique plus 20, increase defensive skill effect by 5%, available after level 18. 4 pieces of weapons and equipment are neatly placed in front of you. Bronze level weapon, the weapon flashes with a blue-white light, which is somewhat similar to the luster on the skeleton warrior. Ning Yi said, these are all weapons obtained from the copy of the Carmen Orc Legion. Lin Moyu was a little puzzled, he had not heard of this copy. Ning Yi saw that Lin Mo did not understand the language, and continued to explain, the Carmen Orc Legion copy is a level 20 copy outside Shanghai City, and the 3 of them often brush copies there. Lin Moyu nodded. These 4 pieces of bronze level equipment are of little use to him, but they can be sold for some money. He put away the 4 pieces of bronze equipment unceremoniously, and Ning Yi didn't say anything about it. There are still some materials left, such as wolf skin, animal bones, and green bud grass, which are not too many. Lin Moyu was also not polite and accepted it all. No matter how small the mosquito is, it is also meat and can be sold for money. After putting away the weaponry and materials, only one thing remains. Beginner Skill Scroll. Introduction. Skills below level 20 can be obtained, and it is possible to acquire acquired skills. Unexpectedly, it turned out to be a junior skill scroll. This scroll is worth 100,000 gold coins, which is very valuable. Lin Moyu held the scroll and was considering whether to use it himself or sell it for money. Ning Yi asked, you shouldn't have used the elementary skill scroll yet, right? Lin Moyu nodded, it was indeed unused. Then you can use it, although there is a probability of acquiring skills that have already been learned, it is also possible to learn new skills. No, you're not trying to sell for money. Isn't it, are you so short of money? A junior skill scroll, it's not a high-level scroll, it's not worth a few bucks. In Ning Yi's mouth, 100,000 gold coins didn't seem to be much money. Apparently her family is extraordinary. Lin Moyu held the skill scroll, how to use it. Ning Yi chuckled, it's very simple, you can use the scroll by holding it and say that you can use it. Lin Moyu did not doubt and did so. Use. There was no movement on the scroll. Ning Yi said, oh, no, you don't say loud enough, you have to say it loudly. Lin Moyu looked at her and did not try a second time. He hasn't used it, but he's not stupid. What sound is too small to believe at all? When Lin Moyu guessed the method of use, he directly used his spiritual power to stimulate the skill scroll. Ning Yi was looking at Lin Moyu with a look of anticipation, waiting for him to shout out the 2 words. But Lin Mo never called. Suddenly, the skill scroll burst out with brilliant light, shrouding Lin Moyu. Ning Yi snorted, looking disappointed, you found it. She wanted to tease Lin Moyu, but Lin Moyu found the right way to use it. Very failed. The skill scroll turned into a ball of light and enveloped Lin Moyu. Acquisition skill, Corpse Burst. Corpse Burst, level 1, detonate the corpse, and deal 10% damage to the corpse's health to enemies within 1 meter. A new skill was acquired, and the scrolls were not wasted. Corpse Burst is currently in a level 1 state, which means that this is a skill that can only be mastered at level 10. Looking at the skill introduction, it seems that at first glance there is nothing outstanding. The range is only 1 meter, 1 meter is enough for what, too small. And the power is caused by the health of the corpse. This corpse's health value Lin Moyu can be understood. In the eyes of necromancers, corpses are also alive. Skill, Corpse Burst. Corpse Burst, Level 1, detonate the corpse, and deal 10% damage to the corpse's health to enemies within 1 meter. A new skill was acquired, and the scrolls were not wasted. Corpse Burst is currently in a level 1 state, which means that this is a skill that can only be mastered at level 10. Looking at the skill introduction, it seems that at first glance there is nothing outstanding. The range is only 1 meter, 1 meter is enough for what, too small. And the power is caused by the health of the corpse. This corpse's health value Lin Moyu can be understood. In the eyes of necromancers, corpses are also alive. Its life comes from flesh and blood, from bones, and even from its soul. Even if you die, the health inside the corpse will not be less than when you are alive. Just like some strong people, the corpse does not decay for thousands of years after death, and it constantly exudes great energy. But Lin Moyu saw different information from it. This is a group attack skill. If he faces thousands of enemies, he can't rely on the skeleton warriors to cut them one by one. That's too slow, too. At this time, only one enemy is killed. He then detonates the corpse to kill enemies within his skill range. Another enemy was killed and corpses were formed. You can continue to detonate the bodies, one after the other. As long as the mental power is not empty, the skill will not stop. Add to that his talent, is a range of 1 meter a problem? It has now reached 20 meters and the lethality has reached 200%. Another divine skill. As long as they have their own talents, their skills are almost all divine skills. The scroll glow dissipated. Ningyi blinked his big eyes and looked expectant. How is it, have you learned any new skills? Learned. Lin Moyu did not blame Ningyi for teasing himself just now. Ningyi is just playful and naughty, and he is not so stingy as a big man. Ningyi smiled happily. Your voice is very good, why don't you like to talk? What a shame. Lin Moyu looked at her. This woman seemed to be different from those girls in her school. Very lively and fun-loving. Your voice is also very good. Lin Moyu is rare to boast. It's not that he's reluctant to talk, it's just that he's reluctant to talk nonsense. In front of his sister Lin Mohan and his grandmother, he didn't say much. Ningyi looked very happy and said with a grin, thank you for the compliment, I also know that my voice is very good. For your sake, you saved Miss Ben and praised Miss Ben, I'll give you this thing. Saying that, Ningyi took out a box and stuffed it directly into Lin Moyu's hand. Intermediate Skill Scroll. Introduction, skills between 20 and 40 can be obtained, and it is possible to obtain acquired skills. On the exchange, the price of an intermediate skill scroll can be as high as 10 million gold coins, which is 100 times that of a beginner skill scroll. Ningyi said that the people who hunted her down were also for this scroll. How can it be so cold? Ningyi said and sat down in front of the fire, stretched out a pair of small hands and roasted the fire. Ningyi already knew that Lin Moyu didn't like to speak, so he simply said it to himself. I found a chance treasure chest in the camp of the Carmen Orc Legion in Shanghai City. You know, this treasure chest appeared randomly and happened to be discovered by me. I opened the treasure chest and got this intermediate skill scroll. I thought of being seen by those guys. They want to grab my intermediate skill scroll, although this thing is not worth much, but how can the things that Miss Ben has so hard to get easily handed over? So they chased me and I fled. After escaping for 2 days, escaping from Shanghai City to Shihai City, you said that they were annoying, like bedbugs. From Ningyi's words, it could be heard that even the intermediate skill scroll worth 10 million gold coins was still not put in her eyes. I don't know which lady came out of this family, I can only say that she is too rich. Lin Moyu looked at Ningyi, and when she finished speaking, she said softly, you almost died just now. Ningyi said, don't worry, I can't die. When I take fatal damage, I'm automatically teleported away. But I still have to thank you, if it weren't for you just now, although I wouldn't have died, I would definitely be injured. You know, the injury is very painful, and Yi is most afraid of pain. Well, Lin Moyu felt that he was superfluously worried. People have treasures, they can't die. Ningyi stretched out his hand, the intermediate skill scrolls are all for you, there is still no food, and the people have not eaten enough. Lin Moyu took out a few buns, the buns were the spoils of war just now, there were more than 10. Ningyi shook his little head, don't want buns, I want sweet potatoes. Lin Mo smiled dumbly, and replaced the buns with sweet potatoes. It's about the same, Miss Ben doesn't eat dead people's things. Ningyi took the sweet potato and ate it. Is this sweet potato so delicious? Looking at the way Ningyi ate, it seemed really delicious. Lin nerd, are you here to level up? Judging by your level, you probably haven't gone to a higher education institution yet. Ning Yi asked while eating. Lin Moyu nodded, no. Ningyi was already accustomed to Lin Mo's speaking habits, then which institution of higher learning are you going to enter? Xia Jing Academy. Lin Moyu said softly. Well, Xia Jing Academy is very good. Hearing Xia Jing Academy, Ningyi didn't seem surprised at all. In her opinion, with Lin Moyu's strength, it is no problem to enter any school. Who can easily kill a level 20 professional at level 10, and one kill is 3. If even Lin Moyu can't get into Xia Jing Academy, then it is estimated that no one will be able to get in. Ningyi suddenly thought of something, and her eyes lit up. If you go to Xia Jing Academy, remember to challenge their god Xia Pagoda. And the first challenge, the reward can be doubled. You try to rush up, the higher the number of layers, the better. This way there will be more points, and in Xia Jing Academy, points are more useful than gold coins. Also, there is a Creation Divine Academy in Xia Jing Academy. If you can, you must enter. Ningyi seemed to know Xia Jing Academy very well, and talked to Lin Moyu about the situation of Xia Jing Academy. In her words, Lin Moyu had the general outline of Xia Jing Academy in her mind. 99% of the time, it was Ningyi who was speaking, and Lin Moyu only listened, and occasionally responded. Ningyi said without a sound. Lin Moyu took out a piece of clothing to Ningyi as a quilt, and began to meditate himself. The next day, the sun shone down. Lin Moyu's mental power was full and he woke up from meditation. Ningyi was looking at herself with big blinking eyes. And sweet potatoes? Ningyi stretched out her hand with a grin. Lin Moyu directly took out a piece of sweet potato and handed it to her. Not enough, but also. Lin Moyu took out another piece. Can you not be so petty? Isn't it sweet potatoes? Can't you give more? Yes, yes, big men should be generous, take them all. Lin Moyu almost gave Ningyi the 20 or so sweet potatoes he carried, and he didn't have a single piece left. Really gone? Ningyi still didn't believe it, and he couldn't wait to get into Lin Moyu's storage space. Lin Mo nodded, it's really gone. Ning. Let Lin Moyu go. Okay, I believe you. Miss Ben is leaving. Miss Ben is also going to upgrade. Lin nerd, we'll see you later. You hurry up and level up, you can take me to upgrade in the future. Ningyi walked very crisply, taking away the sweet potatoes and taking away the clothes that were covered by the quilt. After Lin Moyu left Ningyi, he said to himself, I'll take you to upgrade in the future. After a whole night, the goblin monsters here still haven't appeared. The time for the monster to refresh was far beyond Lin Moyu's expectations. He felt that he should have killed too quickly. There was a faint smell of blood in the forest. 3 bodies were lying on the ground. Lin Moyu looked at the corpse and silently applied the skills he had just learned yesterday. The body burst. With a loud bang, large areas of trees were blown to pieces. Not the kind of blow-up, but really sparse. A large crater appeared in the ground, 20 meters in diameter. The depth is also more than 10 meters. The power is impressive. Lin Moyu found that the damage range of the corpse bursting was 360 degrees in all directions. In this way, the power of the volley may be a little greater. What he had just detonated was the mage's corpse. The skeleton warrior was ordered to throw the archer's body into the air. He unleashed his skill at the corpse in midair. There was another loud bang, more powerful than just now, confirming his guess. If you explode in the air, it will be more powerful. The 3 people completely lost traces of their existence, and there was not even a trace of slag left. I have to say that the skill of corpse bursting is also a first-class divine skill used to destroy corpses. Lin Moyu followed what he thought yesterday and walked towards the West Sea mine. There is the goblin's lair. As they get closer and closer to the West Sea mine, the level of the goblin race is gradually increasing. Level 12 Goblin Warrior. The level 13 Goblin Archers all appeared one by one. But in the face of skeleton warriors with extraordinary attributes, it has no effect. After a night of meditation, his spiritual power was fully restored, and Lin Moyu summoned 4 more skeleton warriors. By this time, the number of skeleton warriors had reached 48. As the skill level of summoning skeleton warriors increased to level 10, he changed from a black iron skeleton warrior to a bronze skeleton warrior. Soon, Lin Moyu saw the copy entrance. A vortex similar to the newbie copy, only even bigger. The diameter of the vortex of the newbie copy is at most half a meter. The entrance to this copy of the West Sea mine in front of me is a meter in diameter. The whirlpool exudes a bloodthirsty aura. The faint of heart is terrified just by smelling this breath. Normal difficulty. 3 missing 1, a nanny. Normal difficulty. There are mages and healers, a knight. Mine Dungeon Elite Team, Nightmare Level Difficulty. There are knights, mages, assassins, missing nurses and control system auxiliaries. The difficulty of the nightmare must pass, the lack of knights, the lack of nanny, 5 and 4. At the door of the quest, many people are waving flags and looking for team members. There were also many people standing in front of the entrance to the copy, seemingly discussing something. Lin Moyu walked towards the quest entrance with a skeleton warrior. The other skeleton warriors were all put away by him. Even in summoning space, passive skills are still valid. Lin Moyu was not worried about his safety. Click. Click. Skeleton warriors make bone-rubbing noises when walking. Soreness in the teeth that fall. The soul fire was constantly beating in the skull, carrying gusts of wind, and the temperature dropped several degrees. The appearance of the skeleton warrior was too scary, and Lin Moyu's arrival caused a large panic. Many people retreated one after another, taking the initiative to make way for Lin Moyu. Lin Moyu came to the entrance of the replica and checked the replica information. It's not really a quest, not a place for newbies to level up like a newbie quest. The mine dungeon level is not high, only normal and nightmare difficulty, and there is no hell difficulty. In the ordinary difficulty, it is already an elite monster, several times stronger than the monsters outside. And the nightmare difficulty is even more enhanced elite monster, and the difficulty is even higher. The normal difficulty is generally a team of 3, a meat shield, an output and a nanny. The nightmare difficulty is a team of 5 people and requires dual assistance and dual output. From this, the difference in difficulty can be judged. The skeleton warrior also just stood beside Lin Moyu, without moving. Finally, someone had the courage to talk to Lin Moyu. "Young man, are you a summoner?" Lin Moyu did not answer, ignoring it. A detection spell fell on him and the skeleton warrior. A red light suddenly appeared in the hollow and deeply sunken eye sockets of the skeleton warrior, and he looked towards the person who thanked him for the detection technique. This action startled the man and hid like a shrunken turtle. The probe returned in vain and did not get any information. Lin Moyu was wearing the shielding badge given by Ningyi. As long as people do not exceed his level 10, they will not be able to view his information through the detection technique. Lin Moyu didn't let the skeleton warrior do it, it's just a detection technique, not it. "Young man, do you want to brush the copy together? We still lack an output here. You should be a summoner, the output of the summoner is also very good, do you want to join them? We are an elite team, playing nightmare difficulty. If out of the equipment, we divide it equally." Everyone seemed to realize that Lin Mo's words were not simple, and invited him to form a team one by one. However, Lin Moyu still ignored it. After reviewing the copy information, he chose the nightmare difficulty. Please check whether to select the nightmare difficulty. Confirm. Lin Moyu was teleported into the copy. After reviewing the copy information, he chose the nightmare difficulty. Please check whether to select the nightmare difficulty. Confirm. Lin Moyu was teleported into the copy. He's in the copy. He went into the copy alone. No, he wants to brush alone, it's too arrogant. I can't say that, what if people have this strength? It's not that no one has swiped it alone. The friend who used the detection technique just now, tell me about the information you got, how many levels, what profession. It's just, his summons are immortal, I've never seen it. The person who used the detection technique was slightly embarrassed, I didn't get any information, he should be wearing a shielding badge. In this case, then wait and see if he can come out alive. Maybe it's a guy who doesn't look good, it's scary to look at, and it's a weak chicken. Outside the copy, many people showed expressions of watching a good show. Every year, because of arrogance, many people die in the copy. The mine replica lives up to its name, and the terrain in the quest is really like a mine. The quest is full of oppressive air and a strong smell of blood. In front of Lin Moyu was a huge iron gate, and after opening the iron door, it meant that the copy was officially opened. Behind the iron gate, a monster over 2 meters was roaring, and it had already spotted Lin Moyu. As long as Lin Moyu dared to open the iron gate, it would rush over and tear Lin Moyu apart at the first time. Separated by the iron gate, Lin Moyu threw out a detection technique. Goblin Mine Guard, Enhanced Elite Monster. Level, 14. Strength, 800, Agility, 400, Spirit, 200, Physique, 1000. Skill, Stun Attack. It is worthy of being an enhanced elite monster, and its attributes are several times higher than ordinary monsters. Extremely high strength and physique, high attack and high defense. The level 14 Knight class has a physical attribute between 300 and 400, which is far worse than the enhanced elite monster in front of him. If you don't team up and work together, it's hard to beat a nightmare level quest. But these attributes are still far worse than their own skeleton warriors. Lin Moyu released the skeleton warrior from the summoning space, and in the blink of an eye, the room was already full of skeleton warriors. Then he opened the door and officially began the quest tour. The Goblin Mine Guard roared excitedly and rushed out from behind the iron gate. It was greeted by the skeleton warrior's large knife. It was burly and much taller than the skeleton warrior. Similarly, it is very low in agility and low in intelligence. The skeleton warrior's big knife fell on him, immediately causing one after another hideous and terrifying wounds. With its attributes, even one-on-one with a skeleton warrior will definitely die. What's more, now facing the siege of skeleton warriors. At least 5 or 6 skeleton warriors slashed around it. In just 2 seconds, it fell down with a scream. Kill the level 14 Goblin Mine Guard, experience plus 4,200. Receiving the prompt, Lin Moyu's heart flashed a trace of excitement. The experience is about 10 times higher than that of the same level monsters. Killing one monster here is equivalent to 10 monsters outside. And killing monsters is only a second or 2, not much slower. In this way, the leveling speed is naturally faster. Lin Moyu felt that he should find the right direction and immediately issued an order. The skeleton warrior flash rushed into the quest passage with a click. Like an unstoppable army, rushing all the way. Kill level 14 Goblin Mine Guard, experience plus 4,200, get bones *5. Kill level 14 Goblin Mine Guard, experience plus 4,200. Get fur *6. A message appears. Experience began to grow rapidly, and so did the number of materials. The detailed map of the copy in Lin Moyu's mind quickly formed. A copy of the mine, as its name suggests, is a mine. There are many passages inside, which extend in all directions. No matter which channel you choose, you will eventually reach the end of the quest. Generally, other teams will choose one of them to advance. Unlike Lin Moyu, there are skeleton warriors in every passage. He did not let go of all the monsters in the corners and killed everything he could. Only 5 minutes after entering the quest, an upgrade light appeared on Lin Moyu's body. Finally level 11. After the upgrade, his mental power was fully restored, and Lin Moyu immediately summoned 4 skeleton warriors to join the team. The number of skeleton warriors also reached 56. Name, Lin Moyu. Class, Necromancer, only. Level, 11, 0%. Strength, 120, Agility, 120, Spirit, 40/400. Physique, 120. Equipment, none. Summoning space, 56 to 110. Skeleton Warrior, quantity, 56. Talent, full increase, level 2, unique, passive skill, damage transfer. Active skill, Soul Flame, level 10, summon Skeleton Warrior, level 11, Corpse Burst, level 1. Full increase, level 2. The effect of all skills is increased by 20 times. Damage. Transfer. All damage taken by the wizard himself is borne by the summon. Soul Flame, level 11 burns the target's soul, causing burning damage, and the power is determined according to its own spiritual power and skill level. Summon Skeleton Warrior, level 11 summon a bronze skeleton warrior. Corpse Burst, level 1, detonate the corpse, and deal 10% damage to the corpse's health to enemies within 1 meter. View. Your properties. After level 10, the increase in basic attributes has become greater. The strength and agility physique used to increase by 10 points per level, but now it has become 20 points. Mental power increased by 100 points. As the level increases, the increase in attributes will become larger and larger after that. Lin Moyu understood this truth after checking it. The skill has improved another wave, and the four-dimensional attribute of the skeleton warrior has reached 3,400. The base attribute is increased by 20 points, which is magnified by 20 times, and the final result is an increase of 400 points. All changes were largely expected. Only the corpse bursting skill that was just obtained is still level 1 and has not changed. Why? Lin Moyu felt wondering why its soul flame and summoning skeleton warrior skills had improved. The corpse burst skill has not changed. He couldn't figure it out. This situation is not within the scope of his knowledge and touches on the blind spot of knowledge. If Ningyi is there, maybe she will know. Lin Moyu thought of Ningyi, this cute girl who likes to play pranks and can talk non-stop. I also know much more than myself. If she does, ask her. Temporarily pressed the doubt in his heart, and continued to move towards the depths of the quest. When he walked out of the passage, the monsters in the passage had been completely swept away. Level 11, 32.22%. Almost a third complete. It takes only half an hour before and after, and the efficiency is very high. There is a huge iron gate outside the house, which looks like a prison from a distance. The cries of wild beasts continue to come from inside, echoing through the huge passages. In addition to the bloodthirsty smell, there was a fishy smell in the air. A huge monster stands in the middle of the road. This monster looks like a wolf and dog, and its height is more than 1 meter just by lying on the ground. If you stand up, the overall height can exceed 3 meters. The body length is more than 5 meters. The detection technique fell on the monster like a breeze. Mine Wolf King, Elite Boss, Level 15. Strength, 2000, Agility, 2000, Spirit, 1000, Physique, 2500. Skill, Roar. Lin Moyu encountered a boss-level monster for the first time, and he is still an elite leader. Although the four-dimensional attribute is still not as good as the skeleton warrior, it is much stronger than other mobs. Even the boss's attribute has reached this point, it seems that the final quest boss attribute will be even more powerful. But it shouldn't surpass the skeleton warrior, otherwise no one will be able to fight this copy. It's normal for a copy of Nightmare difficulty to have this level. Generally speaking, those who have the ability to raid the Nightmare difficulty dungeon will definitely exceed the level of the quest itself. An elite team of 5 people may have an average level of 17 or 18. And the equipment cannot be too bad, and the skills cannot be too bad. Otherwise, it would be impossible to fight the Nightmare copy. A level 10 copy of a Nightmare like Lin Moyu is unique in history. Affected by the detection technique, the Mine Wolf King awakens from his slumber. It stood up slowly, and the huge wolf body exceeded 5 meters. Lin Moyu and the skeleton warrior were not even as tall as its legs. The bloody red wolf looked at Lin Moyu, exuding a bloodthirsty aura. A terrible sense of oppression swept through the body. Up. Lin Moyu gave the order. 56 skeletons rushed towards the Mine Wolf King like lightning. The Mine Wolf let out a roar violently, and the skill exploded. A strong shock wave erupted from its mouth. The more than 30 skeleton warriors who rushed to the front were shook into the air. The mine walls on both sides shook, and countless rubble fell. Lin Moyu, who was standing dozens of meters away, felt the rushing waves, and a hint of surprise appeared on his face. This skill is a group skill, and it has a shock effect. It was also the first time he had seen a skeleton warrior being shocked. The skeleton warriors were shocked and flew and fell to the ground one after another, crashing into the rock wall, looking a little embarrassed. Lin Moyu did not have the slightest worry on his face. He could feel that the skeleton warrior was just being shocked into the air. In fact, the damage is not great. The physique of 3,400 points is not fake. The skeleton warrior's defense is already very strong. The skeleton warrior quickly got up and rushed towards the Mine Wolf King again. The slight cracks generated in the attack just now also quickly disappeared at this time, and they had recovered in the blink of an eye. The soul fire is still vigorous. Use skills. Rage hit. Those skeleton warriors who were not shocked had already rushed to the Mine Wolf King, and their big knives flashed red and slashed up. Blood splattered, skin and flesh bloomed, and bones were visible deep in the wound. The Wolf King screamed repeatedly. There were many skeleton warriors who jumped high and came directly to the Mine Wolf King, and the knife was emitting red light to launch skills. This scene is very similar to the picture that Lin Moyu saw when he changed jobs. This is how the skeleton warriors hacked the dragon to death. The Mine Wolf King is not as big as the dragon, nor is it as powerful as the dragon. The skeleton warrior has a higher attack power than it is, and each sword can deal considerable damage. In just a few seconds, the Wolf King was already on the verge of death. Roar. Another violent roar. The Mine Wolf King launches the skill for the second time. This time it used full force. The shock effect carried by the roar skill is also used to the limit. The shock wave swept down, and finally shook out those skeleton warriors on their bodies. Even those skeleton warriors around him were shocked to fly together. The skill attack power is average, but the effect of Jinfei is really good. Lin Moyu looked at the skeleton warrior who flew out like a heavenly girl, and her face was expressionless. Looking at the skill, in fact, the skeleton warrior did not take much damage. Sure enough, those skeleton warriors rolled after falling to the ground, and then ran back one by one. The Mine Wolf King suddenly turned around and limped towards the passage. Escaped. The Mine Wolf King fled into the passage, roaring all the way. As if in response to its cry, wolves roared in the passage. Something doesn't seem right. Lin Moyu felt that there was something wrong, and did not let the skeleton warrior chase, but let the skeleton warrior retreat to his side. Crunch. Crunch. The iron doors on both sides of the passage were opened with its roar, and a bloodthirsty wolf came out from behind the door. Mine Wolf. Level, 14. Strength, 600, Agility, 600, Spirit, 200, Physique, 1000. Skill, Biting. Under the detection technique, the information of these fierce wolves is at a glance. The attribute is not very strong, and it is weaker than the goblin mine guard in the mine. But there are too many of them, at least hundreds. So many fierce wolves rushed together, and the momentum was enough to make people's scalps numb. Lin Moyu was not afraid. Although there are many fierce wolves in the mine, their attributes are not strong, and their skeleton warriors are enough to deal with it. But he also thought of a question. How other teams deal with the wolves? He didn't believe that a team of 5 professionals could compete with so many fierce wolves. Looking at the surrounding environment and seeing the mine passage behind him, he immediately understood. The skeleton warriors circled in circles, firmly protecting the silence. The fierce wolves of the mine rushed over and collided with the skeleton warriors one after another. The mine wolf is very fierce and constantly bites at the skeleton warrior. The claws were like knives and fell on the skeleton warriors. Unfortunately, their attack power is not strong enough to deal enough damage to the skeleton warrior. Wait until all the mine wolves have arrived. Lin Mo's mind moved, and 5 of the skeletons simultaneously attacked a mine fierce wolf. Flesh and blood. The 5 skeletons were stabbed one by one, and the mine wolf fell to the ground screaming only 2 seconds later. Kill a level 14 mine wolf, experience plus 2800. Obtain wolf skin *3. The corner of Lin Moyu's mouth pulled out a beautiful arc. The palm of the hand lights up at the same time. The corpse bursts. With a loud bang, the corpse of the murderous wolf in the mine was detonated. Take 10% of the health of the mine wolf as the damage power. Lin Mo's mind moved, and 5 of the skeletons simultaneously attacked a mine fierce wolf. Flesh and blood. The 5 skeletons were stabbed one by one, and the mine wolf fell to the ground screaming only 2 seconds later. Kill a level 14 mine wolf, experience plus 2800. Obtain wolf skin *3. The corner of Lin Moyu's mouth pulled out a beautiful arc. The palm of the hand lights up at the same time. The corpse bursts. With a loud bang, the corpse of the murderous wolf in the mine was detonated. Take 10% of the health of the mine wolf as the damage power. The explosion range is 1 meter. Another 20-fold increase in talent. Within 20 meters of the corpse center, all enemies will take 200% damage from the corpse's vitality. This is equivalent to these fierce wolves to bear 200% of their own vitality. No wolf can afford it. Lightning deal. There is no doubt about the flash deal. Kill level 14 Mine Wolf, experience plus 2800, get wolf skin *2, kill level 14 Mine Wolf, experience plus 2800, get bones *3. Kill level 14 Mine Wolf, experience plus 2800. Get wolf skin *4. In an instant, the prompt jumps out like a screen. Experience soars like a rocket launch. In the blink of an eye, the experience went from 32% to 72%. One attack, gain 40% experience. That's amazingly fast. Lin Moyu also secretly said that the corpse bursting skill was too strong, and it was terrifyingly strong. Not to mention whether it can be compared with those forbidden spells of the mage. At least at the current level, this skill is invincible. At this time, the Mine Wolf King limped back with horror in its eyes. How can these subordinates of their own die in an instant? What happened to the explosion just now? With its wisdom, I can't figure it out. It happened that at its feet were the corpses of several mining wolves. Treat it equally, you can taste it too. Lin Moyu's eyes were cold, and his palm shimmered. The corpse bursts. Boom. 3 consecutive sounds, 3 corpses were detonated at the same time. The screams rang out, and the Mine Wolf King was covered in blood. Most of the place has disappeared flesh and blood, only white bones. In some places, even the bones have been broken. Woo! The Wolf King let out a final cry. After shaking several times, the huge body fell to the ground with a bang. Originally, it had already been seriously injured, and it could not withstand such severe injuries anymore. Kill the level 15 Mine Wolf King, experience plus, obtain the Wolf King's sharp teeth. Obtain low-level monster crystal nucleus. Only. Experience, the cost performance is very low. The strength of the Mine Wolf King is so high, the experience is talented. And the cost performance is really not high. This is equivalent to the experience points of 5 Mine Wolves. However, for boss-level monsters, it is not experience points that are pursued, but the items it will drop. The Wolf King's sharp teeth are the material for making weapons, and the price is not low on the exchange. Monster crystal nuclei can be used to make jewelry, and the amplification attribute is also valuable. Monster crystal nuclei are also only dropped by monsters above the boss level, and they are not required. This also keeps the price of monster crystal nuclei high. Walking through the passage, a disgusting fishy stench came over his face. Lin Moyu couldn't help but cover his nose. In the long kilometer passage, all the iron gates have been opened, and the inside is empty. All the wolves have been eliminated and clean. A huge pit appeared at the end of the passage. The diameter of the pit is more than a kilometer, and it is not visible in the dark depth. There is a passage spiraling down, and there are many goblin monsters in the passage. They wear armor and hold large knives in their hands. In groups of 2, patrolling back and forth in the passage. Goblin Elite Warrior, Enhanced Elite Monster. Level, 15. Strength, 900, Agility, 800, Spirit, 400, Physique. 900. The attribute is much worse than that of the boss, and none of them break 1,000. It was not put in Lin Moyu's eyes at all. Lin Moyu waved his big hand, and the skeleton army had already rushed into the mine. In the face of a tidal wave of skeleton warriors, these enhanced elite monsters have no power to resist. One by one, they were killed. Kill level 15 Goblin Elite Warriors, experience plus 4,500. Obtain Beast Bones *6. Tips keep popping up. Lin Moyu gave the order to fight freely, and quickly cleaned up the monsters in the pit. Although the enhanced elite monster is very strong, it is rich in experience and has enough materials. It's a good quality and weird. It is much more cost-effective than ordinary monsters in the outside world. In the future, go to the hell level copy to brush alone, and the experience should be more. If anyone knew that Lin Moyu was thinking about this, they would probably want to spray him with saliva. Hell level copies are single brushes, and throughout the entire history of the Terrans, no one has done it. Some of the cattle level copies in history have gone down in history. Swipe the hell level copy alone, that's a joke at all. There were indeed people who tried, and those people died and never came back. Lin Moyu walked down the passage, and the monsters along the way had been cleaned up. By the time he got to the bottom of the pit, the experience was already 99%. Upgrade just one step away. At this point, only the final boss remains in the entire quest. As long as you kill it, you should be able to reach level 12. After entering a copy, it was only more than an hour before and after, and it was upgraded by more than one level. Efficiency far exceeded expectations. In this way, as long as you brush a few rounds of nightmare level difficulty, let alone level 16, even if it is level 18, level 19 is not difficult. As long as the level is there, entering Xiaojing Academy is a sure thing. Sister, we'll meet soon. Lin Moyu thought of Lin Mohan, and rarely smiled. The big boss of the mine replica sits in the center of the mine, with a big mouth constantly swallowing air. The sound of breathing was like thunder, shaking back and forth in the empty mine. Every breath rolls up a hurricane. Lin Moyu was almost blown unsteadily. This big boss has no idea what is happening in the outside world. That state is similar to the underworld. But it's just asleep. The detection technique blows like a fresh breeze. Goblin King, boss level monster. Level, 16. Strength, 3000, agility, 1500, spirit, 1500, physique, 3000. Skills, flamethrow, sweep, shock retreat. The attributes are not much higher than the Mine Wolf King, and their strength and physique are slightly stronger. Lin Moyu even felt that his skeleton warrior could single it out. The detection technique woke it up, and slowly opened his eyes to look at Lin Moyu. Then with a roar, it jumped up. Brandishing a giant large knife in his hand, he slashed towards Lin Heiyu's head. The big knife fell with a terrifying wind pressure, and Lin Mo did not dodge. The eyes were calm, even with a hint of ridicule. The seemingly terrifying knife suddenly stopped when it was still 10 centimeters away from Lin Moyu. It's like there is an invisible force that makes it difficult for the big knife to move forward. Damage transfer. All attacks taken by Lin Moyu will be borne by the summon. Lin Moyu suddenly frowned. Because he felt that the skeleton warriors were all injured. The soul fire of all the skeleton warriors jumped violently, and the light on their bodies dimmed by 3 points. Fine cracks appeared on the bones at the same time. How so? Lin Moyu was taken aback, a little puzzled. He was rarely surprised, even if the big knife came at him just now, he was unusually calm, and he didn't even blink his eyes. Killing 3 people in a row last night was his first killing, and he was equally calm. In his eyes, there is no difference between killing people and killing monsters. It's not that he's cold-blooded. It was her sister Lin Mohan who once told her to stay calm no matter what happened. In times of danger, only calm can survive. He quickly retreated, while the skeleton warrior rushed to the Goblin King and protected him. Rage hit. Skeleton warriors used their skills one after another, and powerful attacks fell on the Goblin King, dealing massive damage. For a while, the Goblin King's skin bloomed. The Goblin King was attacked and naturally shifted his target and began to attack the skeleton warrior. Lin Moyu stepped aside and thought about what had just happened. The effect of damage transfer is to transfer the damage he received to his own summon. All summons take damage equally. He suddenly understood. The reason why the skeleton warrior was injured at the same time with the blow just now, and the damage was not small. Mainly because his own attributes are too weak. Only 120 physique, weak defense. Facing the Goblin King with 3000 powers, how much damage should he take? Transferring past damage is based on himself, ignoring the skeleton warrior's defenses. All of these injuries are transferred to the skeleton warriors, so the skeleton warriors will be injured one after another. If that knife fell on the skeleton warrior, it is estimated that the skeleton warrior's injury would be much lighter. It turns out that I am the only weak point. It seems that I will pile up physique in the future. The stronger my defenses, the stronger my summoning legion. And Lin Moyu completely understood. The biggest weakness of the skeleton legion with him as the core is itself. If you have a powerful enemy, give up entanglement with the skeleton warriors and turn to constantly attacking yourself. Then there will be danger yourself. Damage transfer is also not a panacea. Now that he knew the weakness, Lin Moyu would naturally find a way to make up for it. The Goblin King's body was covered with flesh and blood rained down. It is 6 or 7 meters tall, and now it is full of skeleton warriors on its shoulders, back, chest, and even its head. A brilliant light appeared from the Goblin King, jumped violently, and then fell heavily to the ground. On the roar, all the skeleton warriors on their bodies were shocked away. Even the skeleton warriors on the ground were shaken back. Skill, shock back. Then the Goblin King's eyes also lit up, and his mouth opened wide, spraying flames. The flames burned the skeleton warriors. Lin Moyu felt that the vitality of 4 of the skeleton warriors was rapidly disappearing, and they were about to die. As soon as his heart moved, the 4 skeleton warriors were immediately withdrawn to the summoning space. The Goblin King's flames are still spraying, making it impossible for the skeleton warriors to get close. His skills must be interrupted. A flame also appeared on Lin Moyu's palm. Soul Flame. The flames fell silently on the head of the Goblin King. The Goblin King suddenly burst into a shocking scream, and the flamethrower was suddenly interrupted. Soul Flame ignores defenses and directly causes spiritual damage. Attack power is determined by skill level and mental strength. Although Lin Moyu's spiritual power is only 400 points and his skill level is only 11 points, after a 20-fold increase, the attack power of the Soul Flame cannot be underestimated. The skeleton warriors quickly surrounded and continued to attack desperately. Lin Moyu continued to use Soul Flame to attack the Goblin King, preventing it from using the skill normally. A minute later, the Goblin King fell to the ground with unwillingness. Kill the Goblin King, experience plus. Get a bronze level weapon, the Goblin King's Dagger. Obtain bronze level armor, knowledge robes. Obtain the crystal nucleus of the Goblin King. At the same time that the prompt appeared, Lin Moyu's body also appeared with an upgrade light. Finally reached level 12. A single swipe of the nightmare level copy took more than an hour before and after, allowing him to upgrade by more than 1 level. Very efficient. Lin Moyu checked his gains. Goblin King's Dagger, bronze, plus 10 strength, plus 10 agility, 3% increase in assassin skill power, available after level 12. Knowledge robe, bronze level armor, spirit plus 10, physique plus 10, shorten the cooldown time of mage skills by 5%, available after level 12. The dagger is useless to Lin Moyu, so he will collect it directly, and he can sell it for money after he goes back. My profession is a necromancer, and I should also belong to the mage class. However, my skills are different from other mage skills, there is no cooldown, it seems to be of little use. Mental and physical fitness add 10 points each, which is okay. After all, it is only level 12 equipment, and the requirements cannot be too high. Lin Moyu immediately changed into a knowledge robe, and his spirit and physique increased by 10 points each. In addition to equipment, there is also the crystal nucleus of the Goblin King. The Goblin King's crystal nucleus is larger and more beautiful than the low-level monster crystal nucleus. It was red like a ruby, and you could feel the warmth coming from it in the palm of your hand. Obviously, this crystal nucleus is very unusual. The crystal nucleus can be exchanged for 100,000 gold coins when it is taken back to the exchange. Lin Moyu had a little surprise in his heart. A crystal nucleus is worth more than 2 pieces of equipment. In addition to equipment, there is also the crystal nucleus of the Goblin King. The Goblin King's crystal nucleus is larger and more beautiful than the low-level monster crystal nucleus. It was red like a ruby, and you could feel the warmth coming from it in the palm of your hand. Obviously, this crystal nucleus is very unusual. The crystal nucleus can be exchanged for 100,000 gold coins when it is taken back to the exchange. Lin Moyu had a little surprise in his heart. A crystal nucleus is worth more than 2 pieces of equipment. After the upgrade, the mental power is fully restored. Lin Moyu immediately summoned 4 skeleton warriors. The ability to summon skeleton warriors has been upgraded to level 12, and the summoning requirement has reached 110 spiritual power. Although he now has 510 spiritual power, he can still only summon 4. The bronze skeleton warriors who have reached level 12 have all 4-dimensional attributes up to 3,800 points, and the number has reached 60. You are completely free to come and go in this copy. With a good mood, Lin Moyu walked into the copy exit. Lin Mo suddenly appeared at the entrance of the copy. His appearance immediately attracted everyone's attention. The key to attracting attention is the skeleton warrior he carries. Skeleton warriors are so special. It looks gloomy and evil, the terrifying appearance, and the timid people unconsciously turn their heads and dare not look. He's out. I didn't expect him to come out alive. Could it be that he really swiped a copy? There are only a handful of people who can brush a single copy, I see that this kid's milk smells not dry. No, you can see that the clothes he is wearing do not look like the robes of knowledge. Really, it's really a robe of knowledge. It's incredible, the big guy who can brush a single copy is right in front of me. Lin Moyu didn't care about other people's comments. The quest has entered a cooldown period and takes 12 hours to re-enter. After a trip to the quest, he was no longer interested in brushing wild monsters. That's too little experience, killing 10 is better than killing 1 in the copy. It's too much trouble to look for blame everywhere. 12 hours cooldown, just meditate to restore mental power. You can also summarize the gains of this copy trip. Lin Moyu silently walked to the side, found a place where no one was, and sat down. A skeleton warrior stood faithfully beside him, guarding him. This trip to the copy had unusual significance for him. The most important thing is to make him understand his weaknesses. I also understood the use of skills. If the corpse burst is used well, it is an unparalleled group attack technique. Soul flames can interrupt enemy skills, and spiritual attacks that ignore defenses are so powerful that even nightmare-level bosses can't withstand them. Lin Moyu summed up the experience and sorted out the gains and losses. Sits silently and meditates, with skeleton warriors by his side. There were more than 100 people at the door of the copy, and none of them dared to approach Lin Moyu. The skeleton warrior who mainly spoke in Lin Moyu was too scary. People will feel scared at a glance. That's fine, no one bothered. Lin Moyu waited for the cooldown time to pass, and he could enter the copy after 12 hours. Mental power is gradually restored during meditation. When you enter the quest the next time, you can summon 4 skeleton warriors again. When night fell, Lin Moyu ended his meditation, and his spiritual power had almost recovered. Bonfires were lit up in front of the replica door, and many people gathered around a campfire to roast meat. The aroma of meat is pervasive, and the aroma is even stronger when sprinkled with seasonings. These people often go out in the wild, and they are all very experienced and well prepared. Unlike Lin Moyu, he only brought some sweet potatoes when he went out. The stomach protested, and Lin Moyu wanted to take out sweet potatoes to eat. Finding that the sweet potatoes were gone, he realized that the sweet potatoes were all given to Ningyi. Thinking of Ningyi's naughty and cute appearance, Lin Moyu's mouth couldn't help but show a little smile. Instead, he took out the buns and ate them one by one. 2 groups of people seemed to be facing off. A group of people stood at the entrance of the quest, completely blocking the entire entrance of the quest and preventing people from approaching. They wore uniform clothes and held sophisticated weapons in their hands, looking like soldiers. Facing them were people who were originally outside the copy. Although there are many people, they look very scattered, and they are not as good as each other in terms of momentum. Your dynasty guild is probably too domineering. Why don't you let us into the copy? That is, why, the copy is not yours. We won't affect you when we enter the copy. Many protested. A mage with a staff walked out of the dynasty guild. Our young guild master completes the quest in the quest, and none of you will be allowed to enter the quest until his quest is completed. By what? Your dynasty guild is too domineering. The professionals protested, but no one dared to do so. The main thing is that the dynasty guild is too strong, and they dare not provoke. Lin Moyu walked over and came to Wang Yi's side. What's wrong? Wang Yi saw Lin Moyu, but he didn't expect Lin Moyu to speak. Surprised, Wang Yi whispered, the young guild leader of the dynasty guild wants to do tasks in the copy and not let us in. Lin Moyu had a questioning look in his eyes. What tasks need to block the copy? Wang Yi also saw Lin Moyu's doubts. It's like this, they need the Goblin King's crystal nucleus. This crystal nucleus drop rate is not high, only in nightmare level copies it will drop organically, and it will drop once in 100 days. You should also see this task in the exchange. This task is actually issued by the dynasty guild. But no one has ever done that. It's funny to say, King Goblin's crystal nucleus is not an ordinary crystal nuclear energy ratio, it is worth at least 300,000 gold coins. They want to buy 100,000, who will sell it to them. It's been exactly 100 days since the last drop today, and this time the dynasty guild will do it itself. It turned out to be such a coincidence. The King Goblin's crystal nucleus in his storage space is as dazzling as a ruby. This dynasty guild is bound to be fruitless. Originally, Lin Moyu thought that when he went back in 2 days, he sold the Goblin King's crystal nucleus for 100,000 gold coins. Now listening to Wang Yi, it is obvious that the crystal nucleus of the Goblin King is not simple. What for? Lin Moyu asked in a low voice. King Goblin's crystal nucleus can be processed by alchemists into King Goblin rings. The Goblin King ring adds 10 to all attributes, all skills are increased by 1 level, and you can use it at level 15, claiming to be the strongest jewelry below level 40. Such a strong attribute is indeed very powerful. In particular, all skills are upgraded by 1 level, which is simply a godlike existence for novice professionals. Wang Yi continued, it is said that the young guild leader of the Dynasty Guild wants to enter the Xiaojing Academy, so he is determined to get this equipment. There is no shortage of alchemists in the Dynasty Guild, and other materials have been prepared and perfected, and what is missing now is the crystal nucleus of the Goblin King. Knowing the cause and effect, Lin Moyu smiled slightly and walked towards the entrance of the copy. He doesn't care what Dynasty Guild, anyway, it can't hinder him from leveling. Hey, what are you doing? Come back quickly, the Dynasty Guild can't afford to mess with it. Come back, you'll die. Wang Yi was very nervous and wanted to come back with a silent voice. Lin Mo ignored the words and walked over insistently. The people who were still protesting suddenly stopped and looked at Lin Moyu one by one. Lin Moyu walked towards the replica with a skeleton, and the skeleton made a clicking sound as it walked. What are you going to do? The mage headed by the Dynasty Guild stared at Lin Moyu with gloomy eyes. Behind him, more than a dozen people from the Dynasty Guild looked towards Lin Moyu at the same time. These people are all above level 20, and they are all imposing. Knights, warriors, mages, archers, auxiliaries. Formed a complete combat team. And they are all very well equipped, from weapons to armor to jewelry, all bronze level equipment. It is precisely because of this that although there are many protesters, no one dares to really do it. The level is not as good as people, the team is not as good as people, the equipment is not as good as people, and the skills are not as good as people. The fist is inferior to the person, and it can only protest in the mouth. Lin Moyu walked to the mage and stopped, and said lightly, get out of the way. The mage of the Dynasty Guild seemed to have heard the funniest joke, young man, are you drunk, go home quickly. Lin Moyu continued, don't stop me from entering the copy, or I'll kill you. Lin Moyu said very seriously. He's really not kidding. Now he wants to enter the replica leveling, this is related to his entry into the Xiaojing Academy, if anyone dares to stop him, he will really kill. The mage ejected a detection spell and landed on Lin Moyu. Then he showed a mocking laugh, Lin Moyu, just a level 12 little guy dares to talk nonsense here, didn't your adults teach you to talk well? Necromancer, I haven't seen this profession, is it a new profession? The summons of the undead are quite interesting. For the sake of you and I being both mages, spare you this time, get out. Level 12 little guy, the hair has not grown, go home and drink milk. This is not the place you should be, beware of losing your life. It's okay to fight wild monsters, the copy is not yours for the time being. Behind Lin Moyu, the people who were still protesting before said to Lin Moyu, young man, come back quickly, the Dynasty Guild is unreasonable, they will really kill. Wang Yi shouted loudly, brother, come back, and when they are gone, we will enter the copy. Lin Moyu did not pay attention to the voices of all parties, and his voice gradually became cold, last time, get out of the way, or die. Zhao Ji felt a coldness from Lin Moyu's words, and he couldn't help but shiver. Lin Moyu's eyes made him feel cold, what kind of look was this? It seems that in Lin Moyu's eyes, he is not a person, but a monster. But in the next second he reacted, stinky boy, you are looking for death, if you dare to take another step forward, I will kill you. Lin Moyu looked at Zhao Ji, and the corners of his mouth moved slightly. Kill. Spit out a word lightly. The skeleton warrior rushed out like lightning, appeared in front of the mage in the blink of an eye, and raised his hand to slash. Zhao Ji teased, and at the same time a light blue energy shield appeared on his body. A level 12 little fellow, even if I stand and let you fight, you won't be able to break my energy shield. The skeleton warrior landed on the energy shield with a knife, and the energy shield suddenly deformed violently, almost reaching the edge of shattering. At this moment, Zhao Ji's face immediately changed. What kind of summoning is this? The attack turned out to be so big. Your own energy shield can withstand at least 5 attacks from warriors of the same level. But in front of the skeleton warrior, at most the second blow will be broken. Skill. Lin Moyu's heart moved, and a dazzling red light suddenly erupted from the skeleton warrior's knife. A furious blow. Zhao Ji was so frightened that who would have thought that this summoned object would even use skills. He feels the threat of death, and not only will the energy shield be broken, but he will also die. Resist the ring of fire. Zhao Ji instantly activated his skill, and the ring of fire burst out, instantly pushing the skeleton warrior several meters. The skeleton warrior's skills were also interrupted. Look at what to do it. Zhao Ji felt that he had walked through the ghost gate, his face turned pale, and he shouted sharply. A knight responded to the sound and launched a charging skill, raised his shield, and instantly rushed out more than 10 meters and slammed into the skeleton warrior. Rumble. In the midst of the screams, the knight was shaken away. The skeleton warrior did not move. In terms of strength, the skeleton warrior is completely victorious. Unless it is a skill with forced shock like resisting the ring of fire, it depends on who is stronger. The skeleton warrior rushed up again, and he faithfully carried out Lin Moyu's order to kill Zhao Ji. Zhao Ji quickly stepped back and shouted while reinforcing his protective shield, "Kill the summoner." The best way to deal with a summoner is not to kill the summoner, but to kill the summoner himself. As long as the summoner dies, the summoner will naturally disappear. Bang! 2 archers shoot arrows at the same time. The sharp arrow turned into 3 in the air, turning into a streamer and shooting down Lin Moyu. Be careful. Get out of the way. Someone in the back shouted loudly. Lin Mo did not dodge, and even his expression did not change at all. Black vortexes in front of him, and 2 skeleton warriors appeared at the same time, one left and one right, just blocking the sharp arrows that were fired. The sharp arrow landed on the skeleton warrior, making a metallic strike sound and causing no damage. Then the 2 skeleton warriors rushed straight towards the 2 archers. There is more than one summon. Zhao Ji's face changed again and became extremely ugly. He didn't expect that Lin Moyu's summoning object was more than one. However, for some summoners, it is normal to have multiple summons. They have a summoner in their union with 4 summons. Block it for me. Zhao Ji shouted loudly, and immediately a night warrior came to block him, blocking the skeleton warrior for him. When his life was no longer in danger, Zhao Ji raised his staff and pointed at Lin Moyu, quickly chanting the incantation in his mouth. Killing summoners is not as good as killing summoners. Fire serpent dance wildly. 2 seconds later, a fire snake flew out of his staff and rushed straight at Lin Mo. Oops, this is a skill that only level 20 mages can learn, and it is still a very rare skill. Known as the strongest attack skill before the second turn of the mage, this time the Lin Moyu brother is going to be in trouble. It is said that less than a third of mages can master this skill. Some people behind him were worried about Lin Moyu. Lin Moyu still didn't move, and a vortex appeared in front of him again. This time, a full 20 skeleton warriors came out at the same time. 20 soul fires jumping in the night.